guys know it is Drunken Chat, son.
Hey, welcome everybody back to It's Drunken Chat, son. Week 2, 2023. Unfortunately, Mel, he had to be out this week because he had to do husbandly duties, or whatever that means. Um, we still got a full cast, man, freaking of great speculators, collectors, and awesome people. People, go ahead, freaking tell us who you are. Go ahead, Alter.
Oh, me first?
Yes, sir.
Hello, everybody. I am Ultra Maximus from the Spec BI, and that stands for the Spec Bullshit Investigators. So, hey, how's it going? I'm currently about to break a big story, following some of my nemesises with my alternate account and being able to screen cap some of the bullshit that they be saying today. And we'll be adding that to the list of people who are already out there misinforming the community and about to get dragged. Fitting to drag some people, but not my fault. But yeah, hope everybody else is doing well.
And you had the secret variant today, right? Earlier today.
I did. I have been able to
Nice.
successfully accomplish launching a show on time 2 weeks in a row at 8 p.m. Eastern
Nice.
Standard Time.
Nice.
So if you're looking for reasons to hit up Lucas for the pull box, you should go and watch my FOC extravaganza. Now doing it on Fridays, I think I give you guys a little bit more time to get your shit together. So I expect the view counts to go up as they have been. And I thank you guys for the continued support. The arm is getting strong, as well as, my will is always going to be strong. So that shit's never going to go away. But again, I hope you all are doing very well this evening.
Yes, we are. And look who's back of a long, year-long fucking hiatus.
It's been like a year, dude.
He decided he wanted to do manga and shit without us. He said, "Yeah, fuck y'all. I'm gonna do it by myself." And you're doing really well, man. Look, it's Heartless Weeb. Hey, was it always Weeb or was it Web? It was Heartless Web before, right?
No, it was Heartless
Did you
Art,
find-
and then I just changed to
Ah.
Weeboo. Japanese culture bullshit. Otaku was just too mainstream. Yeah,
Did you appropriate somebody else's culture?
I did. I'm a white man that loves Japanese culture. 100%.
It's a good thing I'm not Japanese.
Yeah. Channel's going pretty good. I just hit like 1,121 subs earlier today, and then dropped down to 1,119. Still not monetized because I took time off to redo my house and shit. So getting back at it, doing videos once a week. Plus, I missed you guys. Just been busy doing life shit.
Oh,
No, we know what it really was. What was that name of that redhead that was on with us for a little bit and she broke your heart?
Which
And then
one?
she never. I forget what her name was, man. I'm
Oh,
not gonna put
Jess,
her.
she got
follow her.
married and had a kid and shit.
Yeah.
that's usually what happens.
When titties are getting
One of
married,
us.
I'm
have
too
kids.
busy to hang out with y'all.
I'm not
Yeah,
proud of it,
right.
but I was good luck Chuck for many occasions there where after me, it was like, oh, yeah, you found happiness. Good for you.
Yeah.
And then we got Yeezy Yee in the house. What's going on, buddy?
Not much, just chilling. I ran into this guy. I saw him on Near Nirvana. I was like, I gotta chat with him after the show just to catch up because we hadn't chatted in a while. And then it was getting to the point. I was like, oh, Drunken Chat's about to start. Do you want to jump on? And he's like, if I get a link, I'll jump on for a little bit. So I was like, kind of like, cool.
Most definitely. Look, so 2023 is going to be big anime-wise. So we are going to have to hook up again. We're not going to do anime alphabet. That shit was
Fuck
not.
that.
Dude, that was a lot of work.
No,
Oh,
but
T.
is there enough new anime hitting Netflix
Yes.
on a monthly basis?
Netflix,
that
no, but Crunchyroll
No.
and Hulu, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for
Crunchyroll,
Netflix,
Hulu?
no.
Apple TV's picking up stuff. Netflix, Hulu, everybody's freaking picking up stuff.
So
Everybody's
do
getting
you
wise
Disney
to it.
Plus?
think that you could do a once a month spot on Drunken
Yeah.
Chat?
Yeah, if you guys want me on.
Then, I mean, that's basically what it's going to take is rotations of everybody doing their shit once a month. And yeah, all right, well, cool. We would like to see more of you, Heartless Weeb.
And
I won't be
what are you
drunk,
drinking
but
tonight? Yeah, what are you drinking tonight, sir?
Get hydrated as fuck, son. H2O.
I
Coffee.
thought you was gonna drink that manga sake that you had hiding.
Nah, that's for a special occasion one day.
Special occasions. Okay. All right. And then Remo, what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. It's been a long week, baby.
What's
Long
up
week.
with everybody having water bottles and shit in the background? What is this? This is not. It's hydration chat,
2023.
son. Hydration
The new
chat,
me,
son.
healthy me.
Fuck.
Listen, I did my podcast. I went to work for 3 hours. I came home. I'm still drinking coffee. I'm still like wired. Again, this is the second press of the day. So
One of the
We're gonna
one of
turn
my
it into an
colleagues-
ASMR. We're gonna
one of
turn it into an ASMR chat. Hey everybody, we're talking about comics today.
Hey guys, we're gonna read
No, that ain't happening.
I'm gonna fall asleep on that
Well,
shit.
it's like the second week into January. You guys stay close to your resolution, right? Of like being healthy.
Not
You
yet.
know, we're only
fuck's
2
the
weeks into the year.
resolution, right?
Who made that resolution? My resolution is to
I
buy
don't know.
more exotic alcohol.
I
to
didn't
drink.
even think about that. But one of my colleagues resigned last week, so I inherited an additional line now. So
Please,
Edwin Aguilar says
ever
there's
clear.
Edwin Aguilar says that there's vodka inside those water bottles.
oh my god,
That's
Yeah.
the real secret.
No, my friends are going blind from drinking that grain alcohol. Thank you very much. Not that pussy vodka.
Hey, shine's good.
I want some moonshine that bad. I've been watching that moonshine, man. I'm seeing that dude from Louisiana. Yeah, I gotta taste some of that moonshine.
Can you guys get Everclear in your state? My state, we make it, but we can't buy it. We got to go to Rhode Island.
Really? Well, I'm just
Yeah, you
maybe
can buy it.
Yeah, I can get that.
I just can't buy liquor on Sundays.
Oh, you got blue laws. We used to have that shit. We got rid of it like 15 years ago. That shit sucked.
Like it was like that in New Jersey when I lived in New Jersey.
Well, up here in the Shenandoah Valley, West Virginia, man, we got moonshine and Everclear distilleries every which direction, man. Freaking, you know, the ones that you don't want are the ones where they add fruit to that shit, you know. So
Blood sausage gets me. Blunt it, chat, son.
Blood sausage is on point. I was trying to say that, but I was muting myself. Somebody said we're echoing, so I was seeing. Did it stop?
I don't hear any echo.
I don't even, you know.
Okay.
I don't hear no echo either.
So there is Blind Adam who has been away because he wants to, hodge-nodge with freaking porn stars and shit.
He was
Hi,
elbow.
everyone. It is
Oh, I'm sorry.
your innovator of perversion, back from the AVNs.
That's awesome.
He was ear deep in it. Everybody, ear deep.
Also,
That's
says
all.
returned.
That's a little bit.
Please subscribe to Dex. I want that trophy. So I got plans. And I just finished writing some new porn. And I'm going to get sued by somebody because I don't know how much parody law is going to protect me on this one, but I'm going to try. This is the first thing I ever written. And yeah, it's nice to be back home on Drunken Chat. I love you guys.
So who did you get to meet anybody big over there at the AVN Awards?
Do you not see the people on the screen here?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but
Katie
I
Morgan for a little bit.
I have no idea who these people
Tracy
are.
Morgan.
I said Katie Morgan.
Oh, Katie Morgan.
She had that
That's much better than Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to see that.
I'm just, I thought he said Tracy Morgan at first. I don't knock Samuel L. Jackson for liking porn on Twitter, and I wouldn't knock Tracy Morgan for being at the AVNs. Yeah, that's business.
I would have been doing the same thing there, trying to see if I could find something. You know what I mean?
I could talk to Stormy Daniels for a little bit.
That's the
I got some of her autobio comics signed again.
that's the one who was trying to sue Trump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
she's
now
successful.
And then her lawyer's now doing 10 to 12.
Yeah.
She lost that case, Adam.
Got in the fucking out of there.
She had to pay.
Titties, and that's
She
all
lost
that
and had to pay for losing.
They were like pillows, man, nice and soft.
So-
and fluffy.
So Adam, you're writing scenes or starring in?
I
No.
filmed something that will be up soon, and I have something that's in pre-production. I'm just negotiating with a friend of mine, and this is gonna get me sued, and I can't wait.
Who's going to sue you?
It's gonna piss someone off with an argument of the awful lot. and I can't wait.
Specking on
Probably
fucking
like IDW for their Mirrorverse shit.
No, you'll see.
Robot Transformer porn, anybody? No.
He's already got me signed on to produce 4 movies.
That was 6. But
What?
that's
Man,
best
you're
one.
gonna get me divorced, man. Jesus.
Well, seriously,
By
it's fun to be back. And like I was saying before we went on, I'm thinking of relocating up there.
Well, let me know if you need a fat baseline. So,
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. You can do a good porn baseline, huh?
yeah.
Nice.
Wow, man. Yeah, you know that got a lot of people I know in playing bass too.
Yeah. Hey, whatever pays the bills, right?
Hey, $20 is $20.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Jesus, in this gig economy, Jesus.
So,
Hey,
I got some new cosplay pics going up sometime tomorrow too, which will be amazing.
You got to give him the O face. Oh.
Nah. It's all about that
Hey,
cream
Adam.
pie till I die.
Shit.
Pulling outs for couches.
Adam, you need to tell Autumn and the producer that I need my Tornado paraphernalia stat. I want
I'll
my
make sure you
t-shirts.
get it. I'll talk about them off there.
Yeah, and you know, I haven't really been available on a Wednesday, Adam. I'm very sorry, my man. I hope you're doing well on Wednesdays.
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I've been Tuesdays and Wednesdays now for the last 6 months.
Yeah, I'm kind of still half checked out, but still trying to make sure that I do the secret variant for the people. And I've now made 2 drunken chats in a row.
You know, it's awesome, and it's helped me make some money, so I thank you for that. And it's helped me remember to get some stuff. Yeah, man. I hope the arm is doing better.
Yeah.
So speaking of making money, it was an interesting week. Whereas the comic book industry is going lower, the card industry is going a little bit lower. The stocks did go up, but the reason why they went up is because everybody liked the news about the layoffs, right? Because less money going towards your human resources, the more money that theoretically should be going back to the stockholders in the form of dividends or share cuts or whatever. So the rise of the layoffs was in October, November timeframe. Now they're kind of hedging off in December, January. But some of the big companies have still been announcing layoffs. Like Amazon announced it, Disney Plus announced it, Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, Coinbase announced some stuff. JP Morgan freaking announced it, and that's amongst a bunch of other stuff. Wells Fargo, interesting enough, announced that they were going to get out of the home lending business. That's freaking wild right now.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
wow.
So what does that mean for us? Well, let's go for the last 3 months. I've been telling everybody just hold on to your money for a little bit. We're going to start seeing discounts on the books. We started seeing that, and that's normal because December, January timeframe, people want to freaking save money or get money to pay bills as well as treat their family. But
Say what really happened. People racked up a whole bunch of credit card debt over the Thanksgiving to Christmas holiday season.
Mhm.
And now they are in the regret because the bill just came in and it's going to be due in the next 2 weeks. People are looking at that shit and they're like, fuck.
Right. The rates on those credit cards have never been higher.
Yeah, especially if you miss one payment, you're fucked. You're 30%.
You're fucked in the A, man.
Yeah. So like right now, what everybody should be doing is they should be going to Credit Karma and seeing what 0% credit cards they can apply for. Even if they are ones that require a security deposit, they should be obtaining that. They should be doing anything they can to lower the APR that is currently being carried. They should be paying off their high interest ones or transferring balances to lower interest rates, getting them paid off as soon as possible, and just trying to apply that at the same time as meeting your daily living expenses, which is the reason why people are having to use the damn credit cards in the first place. So as somebody who has slimmed down on I basically slimmed down on my comic book budget to be able to afford fuel because the fuel expense fucking went through the roof.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I cut a lot, man. I'm trying to slash more, and it's just to kind of feel comfortable. It's like shit. I'm about to cancel cable, everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing.
I'm
'Cause
walking around the house like, do I really need this shit? We need to get rid of it.
yeah, Netflix has kind of got some stuff figured out. They said, well, we're going to give a ad-based subscription while raising some of the other ones. HBO Max, for some reason, decided that they were going to raise their
They just raised
their
their.
thing.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
buck. It's going up a buck by February's billing cycle, from what I
Right.
saw.
Yeah.
So does everybody remember when cable was cheaper than all this shit?
Yep,
Mhm.
was. Well, electricity went up in price too. I don't know about you, but my state it went up 70%.
Fucking eggs.
Hey, not Hartman Sports Cards. I have not talked about how you should be doing whole life and borrowing against the cash value. I have not talked about that at all because I am not a licensed insurance agent, even though I did go through the schooling at one point and almost become an agent.
Right. I did talk about that earlier in 2022, how that was a thing, but the problem is that borrowing against that is that needs to be something that you do if you're thinking about a business type of loan to
You
yourself.
do that. You talk to your
Not-
financial advisor, and they'll explain what's best for you, including life insurance policies, and why some of them that have cash value are good to use while you're still alive.
Right.
And we ain't got time to be sitting here and explaining that whole scenario to people, but there's a lot going on in the financial markets right now, and all like Lucas was saying, look at all these companies that are now up, but you know what? They're still down from where they were 2.5 years ago.
Right. And of course, Bitcoin. This was actually kind of surprising, right?
This week
with
it's
all
popped
the
up.
with all the hubbub that's going around, this one's dropping. FTX, they're trying to sell off most of their company assets to make up for the stuff that was lost and hacked away. So that was kind of interesting that people are still. Just last year, this was around 16,000. Or actually halfway through the year, it was around 16,000. So for it to be up 4,000, that's kind of interesting. Ethereum still going strong, even though it switched from proof of work to proof of assets. That's still interesting. Doge is kind of up. It was like around 4 cents at the beginning of or at the end of 2022. So that's kind of interesting. A lot of interesting stuff. But once again, I am always going to keep my eye out on those treasury bonds, those C notes. Those 5 and 10 years.
Real quick, you've got two of them up there that I want everybody to pay attention to because it's one. Both of these will forever be like right around what a dollar is. This is what the U.S. dollar actually translates to in a digital market. You have the USDT and the USDC, U.S. digital coin, U.S. digital token. Basically the same fucking thing, but different names for the same dollar conversion. Those are, you see how they're at 0.99, 0282 at the one, and then 0.9931. So those hover. Anytime they go over a dollar, they come back down. And somebody is basically shaving those fractions of pennies and making fucking buku bucks. So if you obviously have enough coin in the market, that's where they're getting their shavings from. And it's basically the same thing, just like what hedge fund people do. They're looking for people who are investing into it, and they're taking the money and putting it into other places where it grows, and then they just trim a little bit off and let it continue to grow. Trim a little bit off. So watch those because those are the ones that are going to be tied to anything. If it does go full on digital currency, those are going to be the ones that your dollar is going to be connected to instantaneously.
Yeah, it's a stable peg.
Yeah.
And once again, we are not financial advisors. Nobody here is a certified financial advisor. So please don't follow.
No, I'm just a
advice.
regular, everyday, normal motherfucker.
Yeah, because a lot of people were getting wrapped up at the end of 2022. All those gorilla guys and off to the space guys, they were getting wrapped up for giving bad advice.
Oh, well, bro, they were telling everybody to invest in FTX, and that was obviously bad fucking advice, dude.
I will say, look, this is the Mega Millions, right? I think last week it was just over a billion. Now it's still out there at $1.35 billion. It's at one of those points where you could probably buy each and every combination, and you're most likely will freaking hit. It's a logistical nightmare to try and do it, but you could probably definitely win if you bought every single combination. The
So
1.35 billion. But that played tonight. Oh yeah, that played
yeah,
already.
Someone
so-
said someone hit. What state?
Yeah. Who
Let me know
knows?
because I'll go check my ticket.
So the last guy who won that big like million or $1 billion one ticket in Maine, holy shit! I know some people in Maine. I hope it was my buddy Zach. He's had a rough year, and he's
Jackpot winner in Maine.
Yeah. So remember the last winner? It was $1 billion, and what the dude did was he took the cash payment,
Fuck.
and the IRS whacked him for fucking 600 mil.
Wow. Damn.
Damn, yo.
He
Wait.
took less than what the IRS took from him. So that's crazy. And well, yeah, they also say you get an addiction, but it's 5 years until most lottery winners are broke. So if anybody you do know in Maine just won this, they should take the annuity payment. They get their first year payment. That should be enough for them to go and talk to a lawyer, set up a trust, and then what they're going to do is they're going to have that trust take on every bit of that annuity, and every year that shit's going to grow, and then you'll eventually get somebody who's going to want to pay off that annuity early, and you'll get a cash out offer that's going to be greater than what it would have been. This way it's tax sheltered, and this way you can have generational wealth for your entire fucking bloodline, and then go have babies and have a lot of them and let them live.
Okay. We're going to take a look at some of the stuff that happened in the past week. Brought to you by Cover Price's Weekly Top 10. I wanted to have CBSI's Top 10 up there, done by Ben Stein over here, but they didn't publish yet. So we got Spider-Man 2099, number 1, Poison Ivy, number 8, Venom Lethal Protector, number 1, Star Wars, number 30, Incredible Hulk 347, The Amazing Spider-Man number 1, that's Salvador La Roca, supposedly limited to 1,000. Superman number 123, that glow in the dark DC from way back in the day from 1997. Batman Spawn number 1, that recently just came out 2022. I'm not sure what's going on with that one, whether it's a particular one. Oh, actually, looks like it's the Barnes and Noble. Excuse me. That is interesting because before people heard about this one, the one that was hitting and getting a lot of play was the glow in the dark one. Until people found out that the motherfucker didn't actually glow in the fucking dark. Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 1 from '84 and Secret Wars 2 number 3 from 1985.
How much is the Barnes and Noble Batman Spawn selling for now?
I have no idea. This is Cover Price has it up there. In fact, when I did my search, because once again, this is part of what I do. None of those books are actually on here when I did my search.
That was last week's list. That's why.
Well,
right,
and then
okay.
And then what is it with the Batman Spawn? Isn't the buy-in for that like $15? Like
Really?
12, 13?
For Barnes and Noble?
Yeah,
Something stupid like that. I didn't even go to my Barnes and Noble, man. It's probably got some in stock still, and I don't even care. I mean, look, let's take a minute real quick. All right, so obviously we know number 5 on this list is like, the shit book of the month last month, right? Like that one and the color one, right?
Mm.
All the rest of these books on here, Spider-Man 2099, man, there's a million copies of that shit.
I was gonna say I got like 2 of them somewhere.
Number 8 billion copies of that shit.
I was gonna say
That's a huge book too. Number 6 has got a lot of copies out there as well. Don't kid yourself. Numbers 1 and 2, Secret Wars 2, Secret Wars the first one. There's a ton of those. So we got a ton of those books out there. Now number 4, I'll give them that. In a newsstand, that book is probably rare, and I can't tell if that is the newsstand because I think the newsstand was a different cover than the direct market for that book.
Which book?
That's the Superman with the electrified body.
Yeah, it was a different book.
Okay, so the new that is the newsstand right there. But the Batman Spawn, like because there was 1 billion copies at your local store, And now there's also going to be the second print with a Spawn and a Batman cover connecting, I think, or opposite covers. I can't remember. But
It's
there's
the
a
opposite covers.
the second print. Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah.
so like, there's no shortage of these books. Why are they hot?
I don't know. I
Like,
don't know.
But will they? And here's the thing:
I don't
will
even have
they
the numbers to
stay
back it
hot?
up.
No, I don't think any book on there except for maybe that number 5, just because of how crazy the fan base went for that shit.
Well, a 9.9 just sold in auction. A graded 9.9.
Isn't that a foil cover though?
No, it's not for the Eminem cover. And
Oh, I'm looking at the Venom one. Sorry.
Yeah, and I think it sold for like $5,000,
I mean,
5,200 or some shit like that.
yeah. So, do we know who the seller was and who the buyer was, and are they friends? And do they just money launder like that in public all the time? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's fine.
Even though
I'm in the Discord with the seller.
Yeah. So, okay.
But I mean, I don't know him personally.
Right. So I mean, and this is again, you have to, in this day and age, especially with as tight as we have to be with our money, we have to be very careful not to just fall in line with what a sale appears to be doing. Like, okay, is there another one of those at market in 9.9 available?
I don't know.
Yeah. Did anybody check the census to see if there's any more than 199?
I can check right now.
Yeah, I don't feel like pulling it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's cool.
But it's one of those things, though. It's a 9.9. I get it. And it's which one was more? Which one was a higher print count? Was it the black and white was a higher print count than the color?
The color one was, because that was from Eminem's actual website.
But even with that one, I think the only one that should be really worth anything is the one he physically signed, right?
That makes more sense.
Well, there's 5,000 copies of the colored one, and with the spotlight one that went through. Who is it?
Oh shit! I didn't even noticed that's a black and white background.
Different cover.
The people that repop, whatever hustle now.
Oh yeah, repop. That's right.
Yeah. So that's who released the spotlight one.
So what did they say the spotlight one was? 1,000?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, look, it's a 9.9 of 1,000 copies of a Eminem variant that's got people with money who probably chase it. And you know what? That's fine. If there's 2 9.9s out there, and someone hockey's saying there's 313 copies that are signed.
Yeah.
So,
that's the one. Yeah, that's the one that you would have wanted to have. Like,
if grading goes the way it should, yes, there should be a few 9.9s out of those books. But we all know that 9.9s only go to people with CGC accounts that usually spend big amounts of money, or just get randomly lucky with a cardstock cover. And the cover's not cardstock, right? It's like regular paper, right?
Yeah, it's like regular paper, but the colored ones were shipped really crappily, and then it's repop selling.
It's a crap, but that's okay.
So it's probably pretty hard to hit a 9.8 on the colored one. I would expect to see maybe another 9.9 or even possibly a 10 for the spotlight, but I don't know. I'm still looking for it on the census.
Manny just said there's 2 9.9s in the census.
Oh, there are. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I wonder who the other 9.9 is owned by, and if they were both 9.9 graded by for the same person, then that's when we know.
Well, here's my other question: what's the back like on that? Is there like a lot of black rub that'll come with that, or?
They've been able to resolve a lot of their wet ink issues, and a lot of the color rub has gone away for the most part. You just got to make sure you don't get a bottom of the box rider. So I think
the only book that I think might see a little bit of spike in the coming months, legit spike, is the Spider-Man 2099. Just because I think once that cartoon comes out and people see him and get to actually see him as a character on the screen,
the supply will far outreach the demand of that book.
No, I agree, but I think that's going to be the book you'll be able to sell like readily. You know what I mean? Like,
well, here's my question. Is it like a Spawn one where there was like a fucking 1 million or 2 million printed?
Yeah,
and
there's a bunch. There's a lot.
Yeah, it came out during that time period.
Yeah, and it's a foil cover, so it'd be a little harder to get beat up.
That came out at the peak of the 90s spec.
Yeah, and that's why the Venom foil and the Spider-Man 2099 foil. Yes, you can. Venom peaked for Venom 1. All right, and so did Amazing Spider-Man 300. And there's a lot of like, we all know how the shenanigans went during that era, and it's like the run up on some of these books was unnatural, and that's why we're seeing a lot of books coming down in price. It's actually just them being corrected to what they should have been at without the inflation done by people who were just trying to make their shit, make their article look good or whatever. So we got to just make sure that I would not be buying a single one of these books right now. Period.
Sure.
What about the rest of
One
you
I
guys?
buy is the M&M.
I buy different comics now.
You buy comics that read right
Backwards.
to left.
Yeah. Read them backwards.
Upside down.
What? There's like a first appearance in that Star Wars book. Well, I mean, like there's a first appearance like in every other Star Wars book too. So
Yeah.
Meh.
So here's what I would buy. More modern comics at a reasonable price. Once again, this is a research off of Terapeak's research. All I did was put in comic books or pre-sale, and this is what came up. Some of these have already come out, such as the Amazing Spider-Man number 17 that came out on December 28th, that dark web joint. That's Miles Morales Spider-Man number 2. This one's interesting that this kind of bumped up in the rankings because the one that has been hot for the last month or two was actually that Hans variant. That one blew up, and now it's actually kind of fell off. Staying in the mix are those Amazing Spider-Man or those Disney 100 books. They've shot up from 30 to like 60, 50 range. Then there's the Star Wars Hidden Empire number 1, second print. I'm not sure what's going on with that one, but that one's out there. There's a Hulk 13 McNiven Classic that's out there. That's around a 40. Staying in the mix, though, is that Vampirella Year 1 number 6. Supposedly she's pregnant and she's going to have the baby in this one. And then the rest of these are just either variations of that Disney 100 or bundles of all the ones that are supposed to be Disney 100s.
Okay, so
I gotta say, man, I'm loving these classic homage variants though. The
with the
throwback
Disney
variants that have been
variants,
coming out lately.
Oh yeah, when you showed that Marauders letter week, the 141 homage, I was like kind of like I know which shop to go to see if they have it, and they had 2 copies left, and I picked up one for myself and one for my brother.
Yeah.
now those Disney 100s, are they open or are they incentive?
So there is a colored open order, and then their black and white is a 1/100.
Okay.
So that's the equivalent of this year's D23 books. They're
Right.
Oh, I love
So-
those. They made me so much fucking money.
Right. Yeah. So it's kind of difficult to determine where they're at right now because they're definitely the price for those on a on a third market definitely is over ratio.
But is that
but
the
there's
Disney buyers though?
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't know right now. So it's sold out in Midtown. It's sold out at a lot of places. It's over ratio right now. It's not $200 to $300 range. It's just under 200.
And
Which is
you know what?
which is
They
fine.
totally missed an opportunity to put Captain America, Sam Wilson, on that cover with Eminem and really make it fucking really good. Everybody get the meta on that one. Clarence is now Captain America. Clarence lives. with his
Yeah, we
parents.
get it. We get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, Marvel.
You know better.
Let's see. Moving on. So now, great that we have Heartless Weeb on with us.
You don't want to hear my thoughts on this. I can go fucking all over this.
I
right.
wanna
Oh,
be
Give us 500 words or less.
All right,
I
Zom
wanna
100
go 1,000
was
words.
Zom 100 was great for the first 3 volumes. Then it started going to Walking Dead territory where like they copied Negan, and they got fucking worse. And then later on, they had a mad scientist that was building goat people and shit. Like almost every single person I know has dropped that book. It fucking sucks. The only thing that has any spec value is maybe Demon Slayer, but that hype's dying down. Don't waste your money on it. It's a fucking waste.
So there's actually spec value in manga too.
No.
Oh.
Well, if you buy like the Shonen
is.
Jumps or like Young
Right.
Animal shit, that's about it. But if not, like
because they're so difficult to find.
all the shit's I throw like, dude, my manga hauls when I do them, I throw them at the wall and shit. People lose their mind. They're like, they're dinked and dented. I'm like, they're not worth more than like $10. It's not like a comic book where they're worth a couple $100. Who cares? This, I'd say maybe $10, $15, but it's the comic people that are like making this go up in price. Manga readers don't give a fuck about this. They don't even know it exists. They don't care. When the anime comes out after the second season, no one's going to give a shit about it because the story's just going to go. I'm being 100% honest.
Testify.
Look, this is why I respect you, man. Is because being honest is everything.
Yeah, I'm not going to hype up something that's stupid. I remember this came out months ago. People were like, buy it. I'm like, it's not worth it. Like, I have 4 of them just because I liked Zom 100. Now I hate it.
So the anime series coming. Are you gonna give it a shot since the book was trash?
No, because if the manga gets bad, the anime is going to be 10 times even worse. You know it. I know it. Aaron can agree. Like, is anybody watching fucking Chainsaw Man? That shit's amazing. It's even better than the manga.
I want to
yeah,
watch
I
it. I read it, but I keep forgetting to watch it.
It's
yeah,
so
I
fucking
actually
good.
started that. It's really good.
It just wrapped up. It's basically a kid that, gets fused with the demon. Before that, he was so poor he had to sell a testicle and eyeball. All he wants to do is just touch some titties. That's what it is, and it's just gore and it's fun.
You
Man,
breaking up.
I'm trying.
So Christopher's getting mad. Sorry.
Where's the comic talk? We literally have a comic book on the screen.
But it's a manga comic.
Manga or comics too.
Oh.
All right. So we now have a date for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. They put the official trailer out. The official date for when it's supposed to start is Wednesday, February 10th. Or excuse me, Friday, February 10th is when it's going to be on the Disney Channel, and then it's going to be available to stream February 15th. First 6 episodes.
So wow. So we get Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur, and Quantum Mania in the same week. What?
Holy shit.
It's going to be
Nice.
tough, man.
Starting out 2023, good, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Son of Evil Knievel died too.
I would say if you have your books, sell them quickly.
I'm not with you on that one.
You think
You
it's
know
gonna?
why?
You think it's gonna be good?
Well, it's not that it's only going to be good. It's also because Larry Fishburne is behind the project. All right, I've known Larry Fishburne since his King of New York days. Okay, so with the popularity of what this cartoon is probably going to do in the mainstream eventually, and I'm saying we'll have to see how it goes. I think she's got more appeal than Ms. Marvel because Ms. Marvel, I'm sorry, that was horrible. That was very
Bad.
hard to watch. That was Agents of Shield had a better production value than Ms. Marvel, in my opinion. But Moon Girl and everything after issue 19, the sales totals just went like this until the final issue at 47 was like what, like 7,000 copies ordered, 6,000 copies ordered. I know it was low.
It's low.
It's stupid low.
I've only found one in the wild.
Okay. If you see a 47, it's here's your spec matrix for the night, everybody. Issue 47 is probably the lowest ordered Moon Girl book of all of them. No, not variant wise, because they stopped doing variants after a while. The second print for 32 and the other one for 25, I think, are also in the category of like kind of on the low ordered side. But there's not very many of her books that are common in back issue bins. Go and look. If your store has a ton of Moon Girl in it, then wow, put together a run and see what you can sell the entire run for. That's going to be where it's going to be at for the people who are going to be jumping on board with this. I think people are going to be after the trade paperback, so you're going to want to try to dig and find those.
Sell better in trade.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely going to be one of those that sells better in trade. So you're going to want to try to find anybody who's got any copies of the trade from her 47 issues. The new series right now, I think, is not complete enough yet to actually put the miniseries out in trade, because they're on the miniseries cycle for a lot of these characters now. They're going to do a 5 or 6 issue miniseries, put out a trade, and then bring it back for another issue, miniseries like they did with Defenders. They're doing it with Moon Girl, and a couple others. So.
Well, this could also appeal to a new generation as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My question is,
these now are definitely a hold, in my opinion, especially like I said, issues after 19, after all the hype went away with all the variants. You have a couple of good, spikes in there with a second print for a couple of books, but then sales totals again just continue to went all the way down until 47.
Right.
So,
well, here's my question: with the cross-platform, it's Disney. You know, it's going to make money. It's going to be shoved down kids' throats, right? Looks like a girls' cartoon, but how many boys dig like dinosaurs too? That's pretty badass. It's got the cross appeal. So another 10 years, it could be worth it.
Yeah, as long as they stay with that and make sure that Devil Dinosaur is very much featured and they show how badass he is, then people will stick with it. But if it's just, the drama of Moon Girl being too smart for everybody else, it's gonna
what?
I mean, the trailer so far look pretty like action packed and everything, and then like good soundtrack with it as well. I like the animation style that they're doing for this. So.
And Mel's okay with it, even though Devil Dinosaur doesn't have feathers.
Dinosaurs aren't real.
Interesting.
How long do you think before we actually see Mel the Dinosaur?
A lot.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Second season.
Right. So we should probably see Girl Moon, right? Girl Moon was a character, and then Mel the Dinosaur, and then Galactus the world. It's not the world birther.
The life bringer.
Yes.
So if Galactus the life bringer is how they introduce him into the MCU, either via live action or animated first, right? Like we've got him in the previous Silver Surfer cartoons. Cool, right? But nobody was really like speculating on comics at that time when that came out in the 90s. And if you were like, oh, cool, Silver Surfer. But we're in the Spec Matrix right now. Anytime you're listening to me speak, it's Spec Matrix time. Okay, just because I don't have slides doesn't mean I'm directing you to eBay, but you should definitely pay attention to some of the words I'm saying right now, because So
I mean, the 47 though, I 1000 agree with you, but most people have already grabbed those.
Yeah, if you see it, that's what I'm saying. It's soon to be a cartoon.
If you go to a spot that has Moon Girl, rush it, because most shops you go to aren't going to have any.
Because a lot of shops do not have Moon Girl.
Well, and then my favorite part about issue 47, animation coming soon.
Yeah, it says it right on the cover.
Yep.
So if Galactus the Lifebringer shows up in this cartoon, you're going to want to be focusing on those Ultimates issues. And those are already kind of, look, the Ultimates was like a 10,000 sales, kind of like steady throughout both volumes in the mainstream Marvel universe. But the variants, the Galactus Art Adams variant for #1, good luck. It was a 50 copy incentive on the Ultimates, and nobody was like, oh, there was a lot of fatigue going on with a lot of the new books coming out of Secret Wars with high ratio incentives. Heavy ordering on shops was getting weary. Qualifier variants for fucking, not only did you have the hip hop variants, but you had a couple other qualifiers too. They were doing like shortly thereafter, they did like the Divided We Stand variants, and then the Champions variants, and so they had all those theme variants that were being rushed qualifier wise out the gates, which made some of those books from that Secret Wars 2015 era very uncommon. Moon Girl and Double Dinosaur was one of them.
Okay, so you're saying keep the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaurs?
Like I said, I think I'm more of a hold on Moon Girl, unless you want to try to gamble and get rid of it now before the series drops. But
if you held it on to this long at this point, it doesn't hurt to hold it a little bit longer.
Diamond Hands.
Issues between 30 and 47 are worth holding.
You got paper hands or diamond hands? That's basically the question.
I think people haven't even got to that point where
fuck that.
Even something for them to even have sold yet. You know what I mean? Like, there's no trailer. This trailer came out and it was kind of under the radar.
But Moon Girl has always been kind of like an anomaly for the way it's selling, and this is the reason why there's a lot of people who speculate on whether the legitimacy of the sales for that, for the variant, for the Von Eden, until it finally took off. And then it's just like any of these other books when they get popular. One fake sale is all it takes for people to be like, oh my God, that book's selling for this much. And then somebody else is willing to pay for it. And then a second person, third, fourth, fifth. And the next thing you know, you've set the market on the book.
Yeah,
And then all
but
of a sudden,
it dropped precipitously because during the pandemic, the 9.8 reached $2,000. Now it could get it for like 5, 6. People are trying to get like $1,000 for it, but yeah, it's not gonna reach that height ever.
Manny, I love that book. I would hold that one just because if Lifebringer Galactus does show up, that's the book for Moon Girl.
Also, what do you think about Princess? Is it Princess Fisk?
Oh, is that Wilson's daughter?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Bro, all right, first off, if they use her in Daredevil Born Again, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
But if she's going to be in the animated series, like it's obviously going to be a different universe.
Okay.
It's not going to be like their mainstream Marvel universe.
Okay. All right. So Buyer Hold.
Fuck
Recently,
this.
Fox News, and I think we talked about this last week, slammed the Joker the Man Who Stopped Laughing #4 because featured was a pregnant Joker. The context is that he was trying to get after Santana. Santana curses him that no person will want to have a baby with him. He ends up pregnant, and then later on births a little baby Joker or weird kid Joker or whatever. So Fox News doesn't take it into context. They think that
Wait,
he's a
was it
trans
food
woman.
baby?
Yeah, he puked it up.
He crapped out a food baby, I heard, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because he like threw up mud or whatever, right?
I don't know. I don't read this shit.
Wow.
But there is a 1 in 25 out there. It's going for like $12, $13 or something like that.
Woo!
DC does controversy, and I'm not about that life.
It's not on the same level as the Batman penis cover.
Batwang was awesome. I sold
Batwang, yo.
so many copies of that.
You know, but Fox News covered it. I don't know. Nobody cared about it. It's like, okay, Joker pregnant.
Nobody watches Fox News anyway. Media's dead. Nobody cares.
They just cover YouTube anyways, right? So
It's not on YouTube. I don't listen.
Fake outrage, everybody. Fake outrage.
I only get my news from TikTok that I don't even watch.
Somebody get this man some
What's the
fucking,
news?
what is it, Imodium AD? No. Pepto-Bismol. Or no. What, colon blow. That's it. Get that food baby out of you.
You ain't mud.
Buyer Hold, Rick and Morty #1.
Oh,
After
yeah.
Rick and Morty has just been facing felony domestic violence charges from something that happened back in 2020. A lot of people are kind of shocked that it's taken so long to bring him in front of a judge and all this stuff. Apparently, well, he got probation.
COVID.
No, it's something like that. But yeah, but you still can do. Everybody was doing like TV, or not TV, but like Zoom freaking court cases.
Court cases, yeah.
Yeah, and I know because I had to testify because my boy that got beat up by his wife and shit.
Sorry, that's not funny. Domestic violence to men is real. It happens. We just don't speak about it.
Hey, you should have called her a bitch.
It happens.
So those people get bitch slapped
You know?
for life, yo. Damn, yo. Ah, bitch.
It's like I was not there. I just heard about it after. Told me after the fact.
You act like a bitch, you get smacked like a bitch.
All hearsay. I didn't see her punch him in the mouth.
So Rick and Morty #1s are fetching like around 200 for the open order, which is this one. And there's like the 1 in 25, 1 in 50s out there. What do you think? Has the Rick and Morty hype?
Oh, that shit died a
waned?
while ago. That was what, like 4 or 5 years ago for that?
Yeah, I mean, it's still putting out, sessions and everything. But
I always do well with it.
It-
I sold my last one for about 150.
I mean, it has like its a cult fan base, right? Like,
Yeah.
yes,
like it hit mainstream media and then it quickly fizzled out, and so I think like the only people that are probably buying it are people that
Fucking
absolutely love it.
neckbeards.
It's definitely hardcore fans.
it
Yeah,
definitely it definitely fucked off when they started doing the whole multiverse deal.
Or
It was
just
okay.
delaying seasons for so long, like getting a 10-year contract or 10-season contract or whatever, and then just taking forever to like put out content, right?
Yeah,
Right.
like they've been real more as a Rick and Morty fan. They have like improved that a lot. It's only been a couple months now versus years for new episodes.
So here's the thing. He's been charged. He has not been convicted. Okay.
That's true.
He's
Allegedly.
also in California, where I'm sorry, but criminals kind of
Run the
don't
streets.
really go to jail there, unless
You go to
they
jail
like
for
kill
20
somebody, and then
minutes
they go to
and
jail
shoot.
for a little bit more than New York, from what I'm seeing.
But he got money too, so
Yeah, and
Well,
yeah, exactly. He's
and
got
he's
he's
known
got
now.
lawyer money, and I think Dana White kind of stole a little bit of his abusive thunder.
Yeah.
So
Well, I honestly think that that's just karma catching up to Dana White.
Fuck Dana White.
no, that's Dana White's trophy wife and him getting completely
No,
obliterated
because
drunk
he-
with each other. And,
Dude, he's kicked out people.
oh
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
same
We,
shit.
we all know how
You know
his
what I mean?
policy
And
was.
was on his high horse when he did it. So to me, like if they ran him out of town, man, which I don't think they will, but he would definitely have to eat crow because he's done that to people, not giving them second chances. You know what I mean?
I think both of these guys are going to beat their cases.
and
yeah,
their wives.
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, Dana
Why
White got hit first.
ass kicked again?
Well, one person who did
Oh
not
fuck
beat
him!
his case
They fucking
is
idiot.
Ezra Miller, who played Flash and has the ongoing Flashpoint projects going on. Can't shake this guy. He pleaded guilty in Vermont burglary case. In exchange, he's going to go free, and he's going to be free to live his freaking life.
$500 fine.
How does this dude go from
He's the
Vermont?
greatest criminal of all time, yo. He's
To-
been pimping.
What was it, Norway too, when he choked the bitch out? Like,
He's fucking broads and beat
Shut
their
the
ass
bitch.
all over the world, and then claiming they
well, that's why they're keeping him.
them.
Keeping them.
Yeah. I see the fucking Adam's apple though.
He also
Very
likes
quiet, very
underage
quiet.
girls too, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Well,
he's a them.
He's whatever
Whatever fits him.
He considers them. They consider themselves to be a mentor to the younger generation.
So he's a
Okay.
groomer.
Female.
Yeah, I call that grooming.
Yeah.
That's what I-
If you're a female
You can
who
get it.
is binary, there's nothing sexual going on according to the
confused.
concept.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with nobody.
I don't speak that. I live in reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really
So-
confused. And this is me talking?
So DC's still keeping this guy around. I heard.
Yep.
They're still keeping this guy around.
But they
yeah.
canceled Batwoman. That was almost done. Like, what the fuck?
Well, it's because I heard that was kind of on the.
Well, they're also keeping it because of
the
Michael
list.
Keaton.
Mm.
Yeah. The
So-
pronoun, he
so
got expelled from the pronoun draft.
so let's get into some of the stuff that's going on with DC. Greg Berlanti, who is kind of the creator for the Arrowverse, and you know how there's WB has been like pushing out a whole bunch of crap, whether it
Yeah.
be Lois, Clark
Wait.
Lois, or whatever the fuck you call it. And
They
Naomi.
put out good TV some time ago. I
do
missed
not.
that.
They do not. But this is the guy that was responsible for that. So now they signed this guy to a new 4 to 5 year contract where it's more concentrated on quality versus quantity. And I've already talked about this before, how a lot of the other companies decided they weren't going to be buying a whole bunch of WB crap because it wasn't really playing for them. A lot of the commercials, they weren't buying ad space on them. So it's like, you know what, we can pull back on all that stuff. But this was the guy that actually pushed out a lot that he was getting stuff out on time. Well, now they signed him to a 4 to 5 year contract, so now he can concentrate on the quality of the stuff, which is going to be interesting. Why is it even more interesting? Is because shortly before this, in December 2022, right in like in the middle of December, he actually signed with CAA, which is Creative Artist Agency. So the think about who's on there. There's a whole bunch of what's her name? The lady that plays the black lady for the DC universe. She's on there. A lot of the big artists that are, or a lot of the big actors that are with DC, they're in there as well. So he's going to be in the same creative thing, and that makes a difference because when it comes to this agency versus WME, which is another powerhouse, they tend to want to stay within their own artist agency because that agency gets to keep all the money, and they decide like how much of a share that particular actor or that director or producer gets to keep. So I actually showed this to the group, and Mel took a look at it, and we're thinking that later on we might do a special Mel casting where we look at what he might be able to do, as well as James Gunn and the like, and see which CAA actors and agents what you want to see as far as projects for DC going forward.
Just
And there's a lot.
parodies. They're better.
Who?
Just get just some like really great DC Comics porn parodies you can watch without the sex in them. They're 10 times better than the real movies.
There's Adam, always finding a way to bring up porn.
You're damn right. On the innovative.
Always run up the high at the porn awards.
XXX.
Yeah.
Just
Doesn't want to forget about it.
the version of Suicide Squad was so much better.
As you know, we always try and support local comic book shops. One of the first comic book shops in Philadelphia was named Fat Jack's. It was a quaint little place, a little too freaking dark. Not a lot of places to sit around and we can read through, but it was a quaint little place. Well, apparently because of COVID, they went $80,000 in the hole. So they ran a GoFundMe. They're very close to their $20,000 mark, but that $20,000 will just get them to just about where they can pay off for maybe like the next month or so. But once again, they're $80,000 in the hole. That's a lot, man. I don't know what you can. They better have some backbend books they freaking sell to make up that rest of that 80,000, because I don't know what you can do to make that up.
At least it's not a
That's just
million,
crazy.
right?
Shit, there's plenty of joints that are out there. So what was interesting is like at the beginning of the pandemic, we were hearing about a bunch of stores that owed in like the $500,000 range, because what they were doing is they would buy a whole bunch of stuff from Diamond, and then the stuff wasn't selling, and then Diamond wasn't taking the stuff back. Now here's where it's crazy for Fat Jacks, and this is why I know that a lot of stores are going to end up in a freaking hole, is because during the pandemic, a lot of the publishers like freaking Marvel, when they went over to Penguin, they ended the whole return program, right? Which means you bought it, that's it. You don't get to return it for no type of credit, and that's it. So a lot of the stores that weren't used to being able to do that and pulling back on what they buy, they weren't freaking used to that, so they kind of went into the freaking hole thinking that the customers were going to buy the same shit that they used to. Well, not at $4.99, $5.99, $6.99 a fucking book. Customers were going to keep buying the shit.
What are comics now? Like $6 to $9? I don't even know anymore.
Yes, $4.99 to
Jesus
$5.99. The ones that are $3.99. So, for instance, that Avengers Parasato book that I was talking about earlier, that Amazing Spider-Man number 17, the one with the Mickey Mouse Avengers and all that other shit.
Yeah.
That was a $3.99 book, but the paper is absolute shite.
That's not the shit paper, man.
Yeah, they just, if it's a $3.99 book, it's going to be shite paper, and it's going to be hard to get 9/8 on some of those.
And if it's $9.99, is that prestige format? Where's the square bound?
So is it closer to trade almost?
Well, I guess like in the sense that like it has like the cardstock cover and all that.
It's premium. You're paying the premium price.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not cardstock, which is weird.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's just thicker paper. I shouldn't say cardstock.
Okay. Doom. Just to piss everybody off, Brittany Grenier is going to get her own little comic book about her life from Tidal Wave Comics.
She don't get all the way the fuck up out of here.
Jesus, motherfucking baby.
You got released. They got a gun runner that will probably be the next president of Russia, and you're fucking over here fucking writing a book about your escapades. Like you got caught, man. Like I don't even want to. Like I don't even want to protect her. She was dumb to begin with.
That's what happens when you play stupid games. You get your own comic book.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons is going to be a live action series ordered by Paramount Plus.
That's not going to go over well with how Wizards fucking over everybody with Magic and D&D now.
I don't know. Those properties had a really good run during the pandemic. They need to keep it going.
They're milking it for everything. They're going to shoot themselves in the foot. Trust me.
Don't they have a movie coming out soon, like
Yep.
next month or something like that? So I think that'll make a big determination.
They just shit all over. They said the only thing that's stopping them from selling stuff are their fans. They want to get rid of the fan base they currently have and get a new fan base.
Yeah.
Kind of like comics. It's crazy.
If people can't sit through the theaters to watch a freaking movie, they're not going to want to sit at a freaking table and play board games.
It's fun. I like it.
Yeah, but
I'm also
away.
Fucking wacko.
It takes away from my time freaking scrolling through Instagram or freaking TikTok, man. You know.
I
Now,
need something that can be played.
All right, so hold on. I got to address something in the chat real quick. I got Dre from Barnhouse and Sir Christopher the Great, two people who got blocked from me on IG over that Gwenpool second print bullshit that they're constantly trying to say the Gwenpool sketch cover is not a second print. I have a video that I have been trying to get done that proves them wrong. All right? And I'm just sick of these guys in the fucking chat right now because all they're doing is wasting my time having to type to them. I blocked Sir Christopher. He's like, oh, I need anger management. Starts talking all that bullshit. Listen, I'm not the one, especially not today. I don't give a fuck who you think you are. Dre, you used to tag me and shit until you got butthurt about me not fucking agreeing with you being the reason why the man thing was on my mind that one time. And me giving the spec credit to my boy who actually gave me the spec. So you stopped tagging me at that point, but then you both fucking got it in the chat on IG, and I blocked you both, but I screen capped everything. So look, I don't want to have to go into my fucking phone and post all that shit or put it on slides. I'm just going to drag you guys on comic knowledge. So watch for my channel. I got a Gwenpool video coming. You both will be mentioned by name, and I'm going to fucking dead it all right then and there. And if you got any other problems with me after that, leave it in the comments on my channel. But shut the fuck up here, okay?
Thank you. Please drive through.
I love you,
moving
Ultra.
on. So, Avatar 2 is at 566.7 million. It was projected that they need 1.5 million to actually, get kind of even. But the one that's been blowing it out the water this last couple of weeks has been that Megan shit that I still haven't seen, but I want to see.
I heard it's not a horror movie.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Which is weird because it's advertised as a horrors and chills movie.
Because it's creepy as fuck. Look at that doll.
Well, from what I heard, it's like an AI that like protects the girl. She only kills like one or two people, but it's more like an emotional thriller.
Only?
Yeah, only.
Or like a psychological.
Like Black Swan or some shit. Like
Wait, so that isn't Tom Hanks's little love doll there?
A real sex doll.
yeah.
Oh, Joyce. Oh, guys.
They said what?
Welcome back, Nick Hart.
You guys missed me.
So we having robot companions like on fucking Blade Runner.
Bro, that was also in
Weird
Rye.
science and shit.
Like in the Valiant reboot of Rye, that was actually like a pretty messed up topic that they dealt with, like cybernetic companions for kids, and then when boys hit puberty, they would switch the gender on them and shit, and it would fuck up the AI internally and like make them all weird. You know?
Interesting.
Yes, dude. You heard me, Remo.
Hold
You
on.
heard me.
What book is this?
Rye, RAI from Valiant. This is in the
right, yeah, okay.
and it's in a futuristic Japan, almost like it's like the year 3999 or some shit like that.
Excuse me, Ultra, is that the second volume?
That's right.
Yeah, that's the relaunch through the new VEI Entertainment version.
Alright, sounds like the
They actually made
2001.
I don't know if it was called Rye, but there was actually like a TV series on Netflix that was just like that. And a guy buys his family a robot. It was supposed to be like a nanny type caretaker, but at night he would flip he buys this upgrade and flips the switch and uses her as a sex bot.
Wow.
Awesome sauce.
Fucking Adam. Adam fucking kills me.
Jesus.
Hold on, can I ask Adam? Since you go to porn awards and do crazy shit, have you fucked a doll yet?
No, I have not fucked a doll yet.
No, I'm not asking to be offensive. I'm just curious.
No, I have not. But if you subscribe to my OnlyFans,
How much is it a month?
And you donate $20, I'll put that in the full.
Yo, Dre, shut up or I'm gonna fucking ban you.
What's that?
I'm sorry, I was talking to somebody in the chat. He's fucking,
fuck
I gave
them.
him a chance. I'm gonna give you one more fucking chance. Both of you guys, you and Sir Christopher, shut up about the book, shut up about me, or I'm gonna fucking just delete you from the
Suck
chat.
a bag of dicks and have a beautiful day. And send me news of your wives who are probably fat too. I said it. I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
That's not right.
Adam, are you drunk already, or?
No, the caffeine's kicking in.
Oh, okay.
All right. Taking a look at some of the stuff that's on FOC quickly, very quickly, because I know you guys want to go home and drink and rest and do all the other stuff that you guys do. Reddick to this Vampirella weird freaking dog with wings. Don't know what
That's
he's doing
creepy.
with that one. Erratic 2 Recharge. I've heard stuff about AWA doing stuff with this, but this is a Carrie Andrews thing. Gangster Ass Barista. There's several different versions of this particular one by Black Mask.
How do we feel about Black Mask? Are they still decent or are they shitty now?
Stay away from indies. Be very, very careful with some of the indies right now, because once again, with the recession happening, there's a lot of companies that lost a lot of their money, their venture money. So the stuff that they said that they were going to be able to do, they're not going to be able to do, precisely because, okay, you made it, but there's a lot of companies that don't even want to distribute this shit because they just don't have the money for it. So just be careful. This is another Gangster Ass Barista. X-Men, Marvel's. Wow, some of this shit's really fucked up. X-Men
Right there.
defeated. Yeah,
That's
the
the
homage.
hit right there.
Nice.
That's cool looking.
Yep. Extreme X-Men. I don't know why Wolverine's claws are so damn large. I guess because it's extreme. Okay. Then there's a design variant.
I like the mask. That's about it.
Frank Frazzetta's Dawn Attack. I think actually this is not on FOC. This might be coming out this week. Looks like some of the photos did get mixed up, but let's just go for a ride on some of this stuff because this is some of the stuff that should be at least is on FOC. It should be coming out this month or next month. And
What's
of
that?
course,
Ooh, image coming soon. I'm excited to see it.
yeah, Diamond's still pulling that bullshit. Captain Marvel.
I feel
Brood
like
stuff.
that was racist. Them killing the were those Brood? I'm offended for the Brood people.
I want that
Well,
one.
how are you not freaking pissed off at? There's the Planet of the Ape variants coming out during Black History Month.
That art looks like shit. What is that, Momoko?
Mm-hmm.
That looks fucking really bad.
Especially Captain Marvel.
Are you thankful I can't see what's on the screen right now?
Well, right now I've got Captain Marvel, and she's surrounded by a bunch of brood monsters. One's got his tentacles around her hips.
All right, good for the tentacle. I
Yeah,
guess.
so
Yes.
we will always blame you for all the tentacle covers now. So
All right, hey Lucas,
Yes, sir.
I can't save it for my channel. I'm gonna have to drop the bombs here.
Do it. Drop the bomb, yo.
Yeah, because I got to drag this guy in the chat because I'm sick of hearing these guys. So share my screen whenever you can.
Okay. Let's see where are we at.
We're going to make a detour here, and we're going to address some issues.
Okay. So under the lying issues of people's mouths when they think that they know stuff about books, when they try to mess with Ultra Maximus and they get the business. So first off, we have here Howard the Duck #1, Volume 6, which had a first, second, and third print offerings. The first print looks just like the one in the top left-hand corner. The second print would be the one next to it, where it's a little bit of a different shade of green. Now, my partially eidetic memory is also not always perfect. I thought there was a blue logo to it, but no, it does say second print on it, but it looks identical to the first print. And you can see them. Those are the top two books. The third print also looks just like the first print, but it doesn't say as much as the second print does. So the second print's got more like word bubbles and shit like that on it. It says more down by the Gwenpool. But the Ron Lim variant was actually added late in this. So the reason why I'm going back and doing this again is because I did a spec matrix on this a long time ago, and then I had Dre from Barnhouse in the chat telling me that this sketch was not a second print, it's a first print. Well, guess what? I come with fucking receipts. So the original holder of the barcode that entered in 0171 is actually the sketch variant, the blank sketch variant, which is still littered all over eBay. It is the same sketch variant that you see right here in the picture, and if you read the barcode, it is the same fucking barcode that comes on the Ron Lim color variant. So this thing right here, this one right here, all right, so in shops on November 4, 2015 with the rest of the first prints, but it was added later, and what they did is they added it in place of this. So you had some people who already ordered their sketch variant, and then you had this ordered under the same fucking barcode, but a different diamond code. Mm-hmm. This is where it got a lot of convolution. So here's also where we got a problem, because they laid out it. Poof, the barcode was reused. There's two books out there with the same barcode, Mr. Barcodes Don't Fucking Lie, Mr. Dre and Mr. Sir Christopher. So there's two fucking books exist with the same barcode. You're going to tell me that wasn't an accident? Well, I know it was an accident. You know why? Because I added the goddamn diamond code for the color Ron Lim variant when I was working in the store, like I told you guys on IG 15 fucking thousand times, and to have Dre from Barnhouse still come at me and say, nope, that didn't happen, bro. You didn't do that. It's a first print. It's a first print. Yeah, well, fuck no, it's not. The second prints were in shops a month and a half fucking later. December 16th versus November fucking 4th. So the second prints right here, Howard the Duck #1, Quinona's second print variant. Oh, what is this? Howard the Duck #1, Lim Gwenpool Scrub.
I have one of those.
Variant. In shops the same December 16th. Yes, it's a second fucking print. Barcode don't lie, baby. There's two fucking books with the same barcode. So what do? They said, oh, fuck, we fucked up real bad. Put the 1/8 barcode that was supposed to be the original Lim variant color, give it to the sketch, but it's still a second print. Also, I'm sorry, Long Short, I follow you with 3 accounts still that's not Ultra Maximus, and I know you fucking hate me for it, but you can miss me with this shit too. This thing right here is Long Short trying to say that the first appearance, the second print, is much harder to come by than the Ron Lim sketch variant. And Dollar Popcorn Culture, I see you in there, and I saw you in the chat there trying to correct him. Look, this shit was a 1-to-1 order ratio with the color second print. You had to order anything of the color in order to order one of these. So you see that note at the bottom, Dre from Barnhouse and Sir Christopher? You may order as many of this variant as you wish, up to the quantity ordered of Howard the Duck #1, Quinona's second print variant. And there was no fucking Penguin Random House at this time. This is the only distribution network you could get these books through. There is no other fucking way of getting around this. This shit was a second print. I am sorry I even had to fucking waste my time on this shit. But you know what? Meaning a 1-to-1 order ratio required you to get the sketch second print only by ordering the color. Maximus out.
Welcome to another edition of the Ultra Matrix.
Fuck, man. How many times do I got to turn blue in the face and saying, hey, I worked at a comic shop? While I was working at the comic shop, I lived through Secret Wars. I lived through Gwenpool. I added codes. I know all these things. How do you think I got so good at the qualifier variants, Mr. Sir Christopher, who says I fucking steal other people's content? What a fucking bag of dicks. Well, that's why you got blocked on IG, bro, is because of that bullshit right there, saying that I steal other people's content when everybody knows that my shit gets lifted by more fucking channels, repackaged and branded as their own than anybody else doing fucking spec content on YouTube. Mic drop.
Yeah,
And then
look,
that barcode thing is never 100% ever.
Right.
I
Like,
know.
they make errors all the time on that. Like
all the time,
Yeah,
the time. And I used to at the beginning. I used to talk about all the errors that were coming out and everything, but it got to be so many that I just dropped it because nobody cared anymore.
And Mel even tried bringing this shit up to them about the sketch being the same barcode as the wrong limb, and they just were completely oblivious to him trying to tell them. So look,
I mean, you can show them this video, and I guarantee you, if they want to,
they're still going to be like, "Oh, it's still a first print." And look, the only people who would
But-
be wanting that shit to be a first print is because they're trying to elevate the value of the sketch. The sketch ain't worth as much as the color. The color, Ron Lim. Let me tell you why that sketch even exists. Because so many people were fucking pissed off that book went past FOC. Nobody fucking knew about it. Unless you were like hardcore in speculation groups where I was hanging out with in the G Plus days. If you were not in those groups and you didn't read the Bleeding Cool article that fucking flashed by the day FOC went for that book, you missed the fucking diamond code. You had to actually, Diamond didn't, I think they sent out an email maybe, but you had to actually go in and physically fucking add that code to the order because you couldn't just go in and select it.
I remember.
But no, I didn't live none of that, right? I ain't shit.
The one thing that I don't understand is you pulled up the Diamond previews page, which is available to everybody. That is the absolute God reference. Like, how are you going to try and argue with the absolute reference? That
It
makes
says
no
second
sense to
print
me.
on it too.
It's not like it's Wikipedia. It's an archival reference of what was going on with that.
Well, it's
book.
a
Not only does
distributor.
it say second print, it says the release and shop's date.
Yeah, and it's a distributor too, as well.
And there was no Penguin Random House in 2015, so there was the only distribution network you had was previews. And for anybody to say that information is incorrect, well, there is no pleasing you, Mr. Powers.
Well, we weren't planning on doing a Matrix, but there you go.
hey, you got it early.
Intermission.
Anybody else that didn't catch it, they can catch it on video on YouTube next week.
Well, man, I'm gonna have to clip that from this channel and just put it on mine instead.
We ain't never gonna get mine.
Yeah, the hard copy of the book. I have hard copies of the book, dude. They have the same fucking barcode. The same barcode, Sir Christopher. Stop. Just fucking stop. I'm Ultra Maximus. If you don't know the name, you fucking know it now. I'm never wrong, and I don't mind. And if I am wrong, I admit it. And you know what? This time, I'm not because I lived it. Knowing is not.
What is he even talking about? What is he even talking about? Why is he arguing? How about you call previews?
The only reason you
Call-
even got
call
by
preview.
with that shit is because of your tool. What?
Call previews and ask previews to change it.
Because of
Sounds like it.
because of my tool?
That's
That makes no sense.
weirdos.
Oh, I'm full of BS, Dre, at Barnhouse. I'm full of shit now. Okay, so I brought receipts, showed you the diamond pages, and even the rest of the chat doesn't even know what the hell's going on. So
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I'm just trying to piece it together. I kind of have an idea of what it is, but what?
So the original solicit had all those books, including the sketch cover.
No, I get that, but what is their thing? Are they trying to say that the book, they can't both coexist? They both came out at the same time. One's better than the other.
Well, they're trying to say that the sketch cover is not a second printing when it clearly is a second printing. It's in the diamond system as a second printing. The only way you could order it is if you ordered one of the Quinona's
Right.
cover second printings at a 1-to-1 fucking ratio. So if
For
you
everyone,
ordered one of the Quinonas, you could only order one sketch. If you
Right.
ordered 50 of the fucking Quinonas, you could order 50 of the fucking sketches.
Gotcha.
Match the orders.
So it's not.
No, I
it's not-
blocked you guys because I couldn't stand the stupidity of you guys repeating yourself and telling me that I didn't live this experience. This is when I was working in the fucking store. Like, come on, man. Like, how many times you think that I'm going to be accepting you calling me a liar, right? Like,
I mean,
So you're calling previews a liar too? That's the crazy thing. That doesn't make sense. So
for real, Dave, like fucking shit book. Nobody gives a fuck. Like it's not even.
No, and it's
I'm
like,
not trying to talk shit about anybody. You know what I mean? You can whatever. I'm just saying, is it that serious? Like, it's the facts. It's not a.
That's the crazy thing about it is they're going hard after a character that they're not even using Gwenpool anymore right now.
oh, she's kind of shelved.
Unfortunately,
But information needs to be accurate in our community for our community to grow. And I'm just, when these guys are out there constantly pushing, oh, it's a first print, and we've got receipts, we've shown it before, and it's not the first time the receipts have been
But
shown.
if they both have the same
barcode,
both barcode, it's easy to know which one came out before or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, even if they have the same barcode, you know what book came before the other. Like, you know what I mean? It's easy.
Dre, no, Dre's an idiot. He's not getting it. Dre, the barcode on the Gwenpool limb variant is the same barcode that exactly down to the number on the sketch blank. Okay, so that's the limb variant first print color. Those two share the same barcode. And then what they did when they added the second prints, they just added one barcode there, but you still had to order one of the other second prints in order to get that second print sketch. I don't understand why this is so fucking complex. A 1-to-1 ratio second print. It's like, wow. Is this new to fucking people?
Somebody's got 20 copies of a book sitting somewhere.
Yeah, somebody got a stack of those bitches and they're like, nope.
No. Beyond Wednesdays, I don't want to send them a link. I'm done with their fucking bullshit. It's my vibrations need to be raised. And
send Dre and Chris the link to what? To the.
He wants them on here so they can bring their receipts, which is going to be them fucking arguing that the barcode doesn't lie, and I showed them why the barcode is lying. But
all everybody has to do is go to previewsworld.com, and the information is right there of what is a first print, what's a second print. The one diamond page that you showed, that was from the diamond retailer joint. That is inside information to the retailers on what you have to do to get the information. That's it.
Not hanging out in a comic shop and thinking that you know something.
I mean, but like, if you have the book and someone will buy it, then sell it. If that's what your intent is, like, to do it, you don't have to.
I just think it's a conspiracy against the color.
You don't have to prove to anybody what it is because someone wants to buy it regardless. You're just merely stating the facts that this book came out before. You know, you're showing the order in which the books came out.
What they did is they copied over the solicit with the new limb variant, and that's why there's two books with the same barcode. And then again, because of the rarity of the FOC closing and everybody missing out on it and everybody being super angry about it, they said, okay, fine, we'll do a second print sketch. And they did the second print sketch, and it even says second print sketch on the previous page on the diamond retailer thing that I posted there. But nobody wants to accept that. And I think it's because they're trying to inflate the sketch variant to be something it's not.
All right, let's get back to FOC now.
Yes.
Fantastic Four, number 4, Alex Ross. Now, this one is going to be interesting. Fantastic Four, number 425, 1 and 25, Josh Swaby.
Swabby Sway.
See, no more fours. I'm trying to see if there's anything interesting happening. No, there's not. In fact, I think I already read this one. It's okay. It's an okay storyline, but nothing like eye popping off of this one.
This is what, like, the second issue? It just started, right?
Number 4. Issue number 4. Right.
But Alex Ross is doing interiors, which is making this book very, very interesting.
That is interesting that he's doing interiors.
How long is it going for, though?
Well, that's going to be the good question.
Hulk number 12. It's the extreme variant. Planet of the Apes. And this is the 1 in 25 Foreman variant.
Who's writing Hulk now?
Not Donnie Cates.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is Donnie Cates.
What?
He's back already?
Oh, whoa! No! There was somebody else writing for a bunch of issues. They put Donny Cates back on it.
Yep.
Fuck.
Damn, who's that?
That was fast.
Marauders number 11.
I want that one that you showed today, man. She was thick to the motherfucker on that thing.
That's the
I was
Planet
like,
of the Apes.
I might have to buy it. Kitty was looking good on there. I was like, shit, I might have to get that one.
They sending Kitty to the Planet of the Apes, bro.
See them thighs.
Yeah.
Yep.
She got
Marauders.
death in his
Maraud-
house.
Yep. Marauders, Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, Claude, have mercy. Yeah.
That's the time.
Mary Jane and Black Cat.
And apparently, that's an all-wheel drive taxi in New York.
A Lincoln Impala.
The Howard the Duck version.
And I will be mad if Howard the Duck is not in this book.
Probably not.
He should be.
Monica Rambeau and Photon.
Yams.
There you go. Looks like a Torrent Clark. No, excuse me, Carrie Andrews.
Nice. Looks like what's her name? What's that girl's name? Kiki Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
See, Planet of the Apes.
Betsy Cola.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man number 5. Here's your Planet of the Apes, Spider-Man.
Yeah. There's so many of those that they're on FOC this week. I don't know if I've already got tired of them just looking at them on FOC.
Yo, for real.
Did you also get the Black Cat second print, number 1? That might have been a late ad, so you might have missed it. But there is a Black Cat number 1 second print.
Yeah, it might be later on because this goes by the number that has been added to the system.
Yeah. Okay.
Maria Wolf. Star Wars.
I lightweight like that Maria Wolf better than her Wolverine cover.
Action figure Governor Cia Babla. And this is the 1 in 25 Wendigard. Don't know why. More Star Wars. Wolverine. Not sure what's going on with these giant fucking rats on some of these covers, but all right.
Sure.
Oh, because they had that Venom cover with the pizza rat or whatever.
Yeah. Extreme X-Men. By Image, they've got issue number 10 of that 30th anniversary anthology. Spawn by Mac. Looks like the Bjorn Berens. Of course, the system is going slow as fuck when I need it to. Oh, excuse me. That's the cover B by Tomaselli.
For real.
All right, hold on. Actually, yes, I can tell you why they went. Because people got pissed off because they missed the first print, so they had to remove the second print from and put variant edition on it too, to appease all the people who pissed off that they didn't get their FOC order in. So, mic drop again. Stop talking about the book. Nobody cares, especially not the chat.
Here's your Wolverine Planet of the Apes variant.
Well, it was a Planet of the Apes. It's now a Planet of the Ape corpses because they're all dead.
Yeah, he killed him.
Every one of them. They're all gone.
Good ass one.
Murder World Moon Knight.
That's right up his alley.
Here's the Huts.
Yeah, man. And, bro, is that Black Widow? It is Black Widow.
Yeah, that's sick.
Avengers Forever. More Avengers Forever stuff. Don't know what the fuck. Infinity Saga. Whatever. Some Howard the Duck and Planet of the Apes.
He's dinner.
Yeah, for real.
Like, sorry, dude. It's over.
He's not an ally or a colleague. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Is George Lucas writing this one?
Now, if it was me, then I put Doctor Who in that motherfucker.
He's not your friend.
So I gotta ask, when did Wild Child become a good guy and join the Avengers?
I have no clue.
This is like a ForceWorks throwback, right? It's
It's
got
got one.
Spider Woman and who was that version of Giant Man?
Don't know.
But that's Cersei. That's Wild Child from the Mutant Liberation Front. So shout out to New Mutants '86. Yeah, and then what's her face? The old Spider Woman. Secret Wars 7.
Oh wait, no. So this Avengers Forever. That's the mix of all the different freaking characters, right?
Of all the other universes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah. So
this is the throwback variant. So this is the throwback variant for, you guys remember the 1990s book called ForceWorks?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's them on the cover there. So I'm trying to remember who the Giant Man was, if he was just Ant-Man reversed, or if that's
Ant-Man reversed.
and then who the guy in green is, because I don't remember him, and then Wild Child, if he became a good guy for a little while, because I don't remember him being a good guy at all. I remember him getting his hand chopped off by Shatterstar.
Okay.
That was Reaper. That happened to Reaper. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Right. The solicitor says, "Here comes Doom, the Living Planet," with the answer.
Yeah,
Please
this
don't
cover's not related to Solicit at all. This
Yeah.
is just one of those another variants that has nothing to do with the internals.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, that's Doom, the Living Planet, but this is not his first appearance. His first appearance was in another book for Doom, the Living Planet before this one. So unless you want it for the cover of him, if this is being his first cover, don't get it mixed up as if this was his first appearance. And there's a 1 of 20, actually there's a 1 of 50 out there. It just hasn't shown up yet. Invincible Iron Man. I'm trying to remember. There is a first appearance of a character, but not necessarily a superhero or villain, just a character. Looks like they're trying to change Tony's origin again.
Yeah, no. So what they're doing? You guys remember when they did Axis and they made Tony evil?
Yep.
Haha, new and exciting. They're making Tony evil.
Yeah, they're trying to lean on his that theory that his dad might be actually Mephisto. So
is this Ironheart or is this Tony Stark?
Tony Stark.
Tony Stark, Iron Man.
Hmm.
Yeah, Ironheart's kind of been shelved. She hasn't been really used in the comics lately.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's
Especially with her having a TV series coming out soon.
Yeah, I would
Which is
think
a movie now.
But I would have thought they would already have established another series with her, like everybody else.
Well, I think they're just looking for new and interesting ways to sell paper with ink on it, regardless of what's on it and how it's organized or drawn or written. They just want to sell you the paper. So with them going back and redoing his origin again and making him evil, I just think they're reliving old plot devices again. But they have some cool variant covers. The Bob Layton is going to be a connecting variant of all the armors. And yeah. So I think there's going to be some cool covers to come out of it, but I need a whole story arc to see if it's going to be worth my time to read.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is this the second? Excuse me. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, this is the 1 of 25 Bagley. Don't know why. This has nothing to do with the fucking story. Nightcrawlers. Number 1. Looks like a matchup of different characters, but Nightcrawler. Looks like it's going on the Sins of Sinister title. Not sure why Spider-Man needs to be mixed up with Nightcrawler. He's already got the ability to stick in and go wherever, but all right. Star Wars Bounty Hunters. Nobody cares about that. There's the 40th anniversary joint. Wasp, already read it. Nice cover. Terrible story. Saga. I do like this cover, though. Rehash of the some of the Fantastic Four stuff. Mary Jane and Black Cat. Not sure. Let me see. I'm checking who did this one. Oh, Bazaldua. However the hell you say that. Bazaldua. X-Men number 19. Marvel Voices. It looks like the foil for Darkwing number 1 by David Nakayama.
Yeah.
Some Bond shit that nobody cares about. Dynamite still printing out too much stuff.
Now, this is what I'm mad about.
What, Frank Miller's Ronin, book 2?
I want this book, Ultra X showed 1 in 25. That shit is going for already like 60, 70 bucks and above.
Really?
Wait, what book?
Oh, well, that's because
$7 book, $8.
right. So that's because the retail price of the open order is $7.99.
Yeah, so they have a 1 in 50 or a 1 in 25 and a 1 in 50 or something like that. They're
Right.
both-
There's a 1 in 25 Frank Miller, and then there's a 1 in 50. So let's see. This one is the 1 in 25.
Yeah.
Right. And then I don't have the 150 here.
That's all you need to see is right there.
In fact, oh no, it's the same book. It's the same
Okay.
book, but the 150 is signed by Frank Miller.
Gotcha.
Does it come with the CGC coupon or whatever where you have to build it
I
in?
know, right? I don't want to be able to get it graded, but I like that cover though.
Retailers may order one Frank Miller signed cover. It doesn't say anything about the CTC thing or anything like that.
It's
So,
got CCBS.
Evanescence, My Heart is Broken.
Okay.
I do like this cover.
But you got to wake her up inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
That creepy ass ghost hand freaking try to touch her, man. Actually, it is touching her. Look on her
That
backside.
goose has stinger banging her.
Whoa.
Texas.
This is My Heart is Broken. Quested by Massive Publishing.
Ooh.
Whatnot.
Nice, I saw it.
And then there's the Super Nintendo homage. And then there's also, I forget who. You guys recognize this cover?
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Video game.
PlayStation homage. Woo.
Marauders number 11. Probably the best cover for that one. Family Time number 3 by Blaze. Nice covers, but I don't really know what it's about. Marvel Voices. And supposedly there's supposed to be some new villain for Riri and Marvel Voices. So there's Marvel Voices, and then there's Marvel Voices Wakanda Forever number 1. Don't get them mixed up.
I won't. I ain't getting none.
And then there's the Marvel Voices Free Comic Book Day. There's the character right there, Kim. Final Kim design by Paris Aline. That's the new villain that's coming out. That's supposed to be opposite of Riri.
Okay, I fucks with that.
Yeah, can't fuck with free, right?
Yeah, right. Give me a little bundle.
Is this one of the cases where it's a free comic book day is going to have a first appearance of a character?
Uh-huh.
Grab a
But it's
bundle.
not. Yeah, but you don't have to buy 1,000 to get this one. It's
Oh,
open order.
yeah.
Oh, it's a 1 in 1,000?
No, it's 1-1 open order.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I was just saying that it's not like the.
It's not
Yeah.
like last year with the Blaze daughter thing with the 1 in 1,000 shit.
Yeah, it's not like that. That's what I'm saying.
So it'll be a bunch of them.
Man, Mononini is just
Well,
Star Wars number 31. Lando Cardassian.
so he's getting all the Black History Month covers, I think,
Really?
as long as he does them right.
or a majority of them. I don't know if he's getting all of them, but from the solicits I've seen thus far, yeah.
And yep, Manahini, Black History.
That's what I'm saying.
Man.
Yeah, I might have to get that one. Monarch by Image.
Ooh, hockey does bring up a good point. Free comic book days, May. Or these books are coming out in like what, February?
It's
Coming out in May.
Oh, or is it FOC for
This-
the
right, this is
for new comic book day stuff, huh?
Yeah, to get them
Yes.
Okay.
every couple of weeks. they have
Gotcha.
them.
Okay, I'm on the same page now.
That's my birthday weekend.
Free comic book day for the Avengers, X-Men. I haven't heard about anything new,
Whoa.
and I haven't heard anything about any type
Oh,
of.
go back. That was Deadpool. Okay. So is that Krakoa Man? Is that still Cyclops as Krakoa Man? Yeah.
Yes, that's what I've heard. That's something about him hiding somewhere or something like that.
Well,
weird shit.
he kind of died very publicly, and then like that's how like the X-Men got revealed to be immortal. Is that he revived and he was like, I had my throat slit. You saw me all bleed out, but I'm back. So weirded out everybody. And he had to hide his identity as Krakoa Man for a little while there. So that was weird.
Right.
But Monet as Penance. Does everybody see that? That's interesting. Full on.
Huh. Okay.
But Deadpool being involved in the Avengers X-Men. So which one is he? Both.
Right. They said that he's not allowed on the island, but he keeps sneaking on there somehow.
No, he's allowed on the island now.
Wow.
Is he?
Yeah, after Wolverine and him
Vouch
did
for-
that little recent rendezvous from issues, I think 20 through 20 something, 24, 25.
I've actually been buying those in quantity.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
put him
you were
down.
on Cover Picks when one of those books were on the FOC where they had the game variant for it.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Because they were crossing over on both titles, right? Because I think Wolverine showed up in the Deadpool title. Is that right? Because that's the one where he's like carrying him,
X-Force
right?
and Wolverine that he showed up in. So he rejoins X-Force after the Wolverine stuff, and I think that's why I was like all about it. So, and now he's allowed on the island because of somehow him getting through the portal. Wolverine basically got him a pass. Logan.
He's accepted now, though, right? Even Krakoa accepts him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man Venom Free comic book day. They haven't had one that's worth it in a while. Then there's the Marvel Voices Free comic book day. Yeah, that's probably going to be the same one that has Kim, but it doesn't. This is not the design variant or anything like that. Marvel Spidey and Amazing Friends. That's one's for the little kitties. It looks like the same exact thing that they had last year, so I don't know why they're putting it out again.
Yeah, I was going to say. It looks exactly.
Yeah. Dark Horse has Assassin's Apprentice. It's Only Teenage Wasteland. Spy Superb. Space Job, which looks like a knockoff of Star Trek.
Yeah, no, those look like the contractors who helped build the Death Star, who all died when the Death Star was blown up.
American Mythology has these photo covers, Night of the Living Dead, which have been doing well, but this one is kind of plain Jane, so I would probably stay away from this one. Netflix Stranger Things is still apparently a freaking thing.
Yeah, so this is super interesting. I'm wondering what else is gonna be in here. If anybody's gonna have a first appearance. And did Eddie Munson have a first comic book appearance yet?
No, he did not.
He did not. Interesting. Okay, well, be on the lookout for Eddie Munson appearance because, of course, if he shows up on a cover or he shows up in a story somewhere, people are going to want to get that dude to sign some books because that's like his claim to fame now.
Well, and then most of these comics take place in between the seasons, don't they?
Yes, as far as I know, yes, they do. So if there would be a story about Eddie Munson, it would be like a prequel story of before leading up to the last season.
Interesting.
Isn't it the last time chapter of Stranger Things going to be on Netflix soon?
I believe so. I think they're doing like one more season or something like that.
We had one more. As far as we know, Duford Brothers said the finale is the next thing though.
Yeah, all the kids are all freaking grown up now. Shit.
Yeah.
Harrower number 1. Says there's nothing to fear in the quaint town of Harrow, New York, except for the Harrower. It's basically kind of a boogeyman story made by the same people from Born, Orchard, and The Closet. This is cover B. This is the 1 in 10.
Looks like Darkman. The next one. The next
This
one
one?
absolutely looks like Darkman. You guys remember that movie?
Hells yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do now.
He loses all his skin and like he's like all wrapped up.
He looks like a freaky ass freaking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Okay.
This one's the 1 in 25. And then this one is an open order kinda. This one is a let me see. Orders for this BG variant don't qualify to unlock incentive variants, not available for reorder post FOC. By ordering this item, retailers agree to be enrolled in the Boom Guarantee Program. So you got to order this by FOC. It's not a variant. It's not a ratio, but you got to order by FOC.
But you know what? Actually, let me actually prove that I do sometimes read my IG messages that aren't from the select group of friends. I did have somebody who sent me a message, and I want to give him credit for this. So let me give him a shout out. Aaron Harvey sent me a message. He said he figured out the BG variants. The Boom Guarantee Program is our free retailer rewards program that has an open enrollment to all of our retail partners worldwide. No order minimums, no order matching, no tricks, just full returnability. Do with that what you will.
Right. So what you would do is, if you really like the story, or if you somehow got an edition of the story and you liked it, or even if you like the art, and you know, for instance, that these BGs don't come out with the books, right? Like, I didn't know that this art was a thing until like maybe a week and a half ago. So a lot of retailers that do their stuff early don't even know about this book. So now you got to rush to make sure you get the book. If you missed it, you can't order it after Monday. Okay. And then that brings down the amount of this book. Now, a month and a half from now, they're going to do a recall on the books and say, hey, if you guys want to return the books, go ahead and return the books. So, of course, the retailers will either rip them up or send them back, which means there will be even less of these books, particularly this cover.
But does that really help it? I mean,
if it's a crappy book, it does not.
No, yeah, I guess. But all these for months, I've been wondering what they were on FOC, and I think he reached out to me after my FOC show because I was kind of questioning what that was as well. So shout out to him for that wonderful bit of information. So returnable variants. Do you see that, Lucas? See that comment?
Hey, yeah, the plexiglass was on a subscription basis, man. I couldn't pay the rent for the plexiglass.
Lucas is chilling in bed.
He updated from his bodega to an actual
What's
liquor store.
going on?
Yeah, he's at Bevmo now.
He's on the liquor side of the smoke shop.
Okay. Know Your Station number 3. I still have not read this freaking book, man.
So, did you also notice the craziness that was the variant covers for this book?
Have not.
So, don't fall victim to this one. So, here's your A cover, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a B cover with a different artwork.
Yep.
That one looks wild, right? And
that's the
I
cover
wonder
B.
what's on that guy's tongue.
Where's McClane when we need him?
He looks kind of familiar.
Got a dose on his tongue.
Is that Bitcoin in his eyes?
Yes, it is Bitcoin in his eyes and LSD on his tongue. So that's the B cover, and then there's a C cover that looks just like the A cover. That's just cardstock, and that's going to be a 25 copy incentive, I think.
Nope, 1 in 10.
Oh, 1 in 10 incentive, and there's a 25 copy incentive as well. So I have a feeling that the 1 in 10 is going to be mixed up with some stores who don't really pay attention to their inventory because it's the same fucking cover as the A cover, just made with the cardstock material instead. And some of you guys might be able to get through there and get one of those for cover price if they're that unsuspecting store, but it's not going to be the pull box with Lucas because he's on the game now.
That's the lister in that. Yep. So, yeah. 1 in 10. I do like this 1 in 25. I just need to freaking read it to see if it's actually worth my time. Man, I do like that cover though. I thought it was Catwoman for a second. All Against All, number 3. I do like this one though. Just don't know what it's all about.
Does it remind you of tentacles? Is that why? Is that tentacles around the neck?
Yes, the dread-like freaking animal, freaking tentacles. Weird stuff, man. I guarantee you these motherfuckers are listening to her because I've never seen this many freaking tentacles until we started talking about this shit.
All of a sudden, man.
Oh, there's Adam. You hear tentacles and he's all in.
That should have been the 1 in 25 because
I was
this is
checking
the
my dog, so sorry about that.
yeah. This one is the 1 in 25 for All Against All when this should have been. Don't get it.
But don't get me wrong. This one's kind of cool because it's got like that retro style font and looks like an old magazine, right?
Old magazine or old book, right?
Yeah.
Coffee table book.
Looks like definitely a book I'd find in the library.
Bloodstained Teeth. Looks like he's got a mouth with vampire fangs on his chest.
Oh, that's just a tracheotomy that he's got a set of fake teeth in.
Are we sure this isn't a Spawn cover?
That's the Ward. And then this is the Lotte, cover B.
She's so good.
Oh, she was really cool to meet at MegaCon.
Yeah, she's a cool person, but her artwork is fucking amazing.
Gospel.
What's that?
You want to guarantee people to not read your book? Name the Gospel.
Well, do you not see the upside down cross? So it's full of edgelord. I can smell the fedora on the writer.
Little Monsters by Jeff Lemire, number 10. So actually, this is interesting. I got to go back and start reading this again because I was under the impression that there were only children out there. Now it looks like there's a full-grown ass adult out there as well. Oh.
I didn't even know that title was still going.
Yeah. 2 Graves.
Why not 3?
Interesting cover. Kind of pre-code horror. Time Before Time. I don't know why this is still going. I've never met anybody that's actually read it past issue 2 or 3. Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids.
Chester Cheetah being chased. Poor Chester.
I do think this one will have some interest. The Mad Luchadores, also a wrestling cover.
There's a Virgin variant of that as well. Oh, look, Green Slime.
Oh, are they doing all the colors?
That, and then there's your Virgin.
Mm-hmm. Hey now.
Yeah.
That was pushed from last week, I think, huh?
Well, you got to remember, so they'll release some covers, and then they'll re-release the Virgins with chrome foil shit the next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one's for Adam with the chains and loincloths and crossbones.
Speaking up, fucking.
Yep, Vampirella versus Red Sonja. Some Lisner action. I don't know. I forget who this is, but a lot of muscles in this one for some reason. Whoa.
Stabbity. Oh, baby, it's all the way in. And then hey, what's up? We're just chilling on the beach. BFFs.
Avengers Marvel Tales.
And then of course, because of the Marvel Tales, it's got a 1 in 50.
Ugh.
That's right, Kitty.
Has there been ever anyone that people have actually been like actively seeking and trying to that have made it
Yeah,
worth like
there's been a
150?
couple of these that have caught people by surprise. The Thanos one was good. The Null one was pretty good. I know the Miles Morales Sway, like they do really good, especially the 1 in 50s on release day because they're not being fucking ordered, dude. Like, aren't these things like a $7.99 or an $8.99 cover
It's like
price?
almost a
$7.99.
cover price now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$7.99
Oh, wow.
cover price
Yeah.
making a 1 in 50 a little bit hard for a lot of shops to swallow, especially if they know they can't pre-sell the books. So if they don't have an active sales staff pushing this book onto their customers and saying, hey, you need to order this Marvel Tales in order to get like your stamp card or whatever benefit of the month. If they're not pushing it, then they're not actively going to hit that ratio. And that means that the ratio is going to be a lot harder to come by, which is always the reason why they're 179-ish on release day. These are always the ones you and I are always talking about in private chats. And we're always going to look and we're doing the math, and you're like, fuck, it's going to be like $500 to order this motherfucker. Like, yeah, I know. Damn.
Okay. So here's the solicit for Marvel Tales number 1. Says a distress call from an unknown ally leads Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, and Giant Man to the microverse. But who has summoned them? Has this mystery Avenger only succeeded in luring their teammates to their doom at the hands of the lethal Lord Gowser? And who shall rescue the Avengers? So there's nothing in there that makes me think that there's a new character necessarily in there. But especially that's worth a 1 to 50. But I don't know. Who's that? This lady right there. It looks like a Moon Knight hat mashup.
That looks like Pixie from X-Men.
Okay. But that's
Or-
X-Men, not. And then, yeah, why? Wait, this is Avengers. Why do we have Wolverine? Fucking.
Or
Pixie?
unless that's Wasp, unless that's that could be, that looks like Wasp. No. Look at the gold on it. So yes, that is indeed Wasp. But are they doing? Oh man, they're gonna do like the MCU style of Janet Van Dyne, where they throw her into the microverse and make her old and Michelle Pfeiffer haired. Remember when Michelle Pfeiffer's Janet Van Dyne comes out of the microverse and she's got like those rags on and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there you go.
So you think this might be like her first appearance as Janet Van Dyne?
No. That doesn't count. I mean, that's kind of like somebody basically changed Ginger to another character, and the same character, same costume and shit. So no, it's like a costume change. It doesn't count. But yeah, so apparently the X-Men are involved, and Wonder Man.
Wow. Boo, 1 to 50. All right, Sweetie Candy Vigilante. That's an interesting cover.
So, do you have the Rufino cover?
Let's see. Let me know when I get to it.
There it is. So I talked about this on my show. Rufino used to do a lot of, I believe, coloring for Jeff Scott Campbell.
Mm.
She needs more work. I remember at a point where I think that she was not getting the love from the community, but for her to be doing pencils on her own now and stuff like that, so that's pretty wild. But you can clearly see a little bit of that Jeff Scott Campbell influence in this one.
Oh, with the
That's amazing.
proportions and stuff like that.
And this one's a 1 in 10.
That's a 1 in 10, but it says virgin on the solicit, which is crazy. But when you go into FOC, there is an FOC version of this cover.
Okay, yeah, because I
Yeah,
got.
excuse me, guys. I'm gonna tap out.
Adam, good hanging with you, brother.
Yeah,
It's in
man,
you,
love you guys. Thank you. I gotta go walk this dog. I gotta go walk this little creature.
Is that freaking like a euphemism from some freaky weird?
No,
No, I
he didn't say he's going to go
I
feed
have
the
to
cat.
walk my dog before it shits all over my house.
That it still sounds kind of freaky, Pornhubish to me, man.
Well,
I know you got your
that's 'cause I'm
OnlyFans channel
virgin.
to maintain.
Everyone, please subscribe to Awesome Sauce Radio. I love you guys. Why not? I'm out.
All right, man. Send Autumn and the producer my love.
We'll do.
Yep. So yeah, this Rufino is a 1 in 10. I'm kind of surprised. Is there a virgin in here?
There is a version on it. It's an FOC
Yes.
10 copy version.
Yep. Cover K 1 in 10. So there's this one. So she's a vampire now? Shit. Gargoyles.
So that was
Chrome.
pushed from last week to this week. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
That
a
covered that one last
facsimile.
week. So yeah, there's a facsimile, but there's a facsimile, and then there's a gold foil and a purple foil, I believe, as well as a regular color facsimile.
People are gonna get confused with the incentive ratios, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the
Or did they do like
that's
borders?
that's the original Marvel reprint.
Right.
So it's gonna be confusing for people, yes, because they're gonna see that they'll be like, oh, another #1 variant. It's a first print.
Boys Hero Gasm Virgin metal cover.
Metal.
That should have came out last year, right?
Yeah, probably. They probably solicited it last year one more time just to make sure we're getting all of our orders in this time. Wow. Yeah, whoa. That Invincible Iron Man, you just glossed over that. So that's the second print. Is that the sketch variant? Yes, it has to be because I did the second print and it did not look like that. So I didn't know there was a sketch variant to go along with it because I couldn't find it through my number facilitations. And that's pretty interesting that the Invincible Iron Man #1's getting a ratio. That's a ratio, right?
1 in 25.
Yeah. Some bitch.
That's Strange. I believe this one's the second print. More Mary Jane, Black Cat. Nobody asked for. Some Gold Goblin. Timeless. But then there's the Timeless second print, 1 in 25 for 2023.
Another one. Woo.
Yeah.
Is she actually in this book though?
No, she's not. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Is she in comics yet? Like besides
No.
Oh,
She's not made an appearance in comics, but she's been on 2 covers.
I don't see the point.
They, I think, are just dragging it on until eventually she shows up in a Kang book. That's the only thing I can think of. Because if they are going to utilize the character, then yeah, you're right. What the fuck are they putting on covers for? Other than they want to give Tara Strong a whole bunch of books to Signature Series.
Yeah.
it was like fucking Baby Yoda, man. They did the same fucking shit. They put him on a bunch of covers before they actually put him in a fucking book.
Oh, that's true. Forgot about that.
Let's see. Let's skip ahead.
Oh yeah, up to down 7 brings up a good point. Feige might have said you can't use her.
Ah.
9. Sumerian Comics. Is it me or does
weird.
Sumerian make some of the trippiest looking books?
They do.
Yeah.
So
And
does Black Mask. Yeah. Which one do you like?
I'll go with the tape.
Show me again. Just one more time to make sure. No, just kidding.
Drunken Chat doing fan service.
Well, no, we have a whole bunch of fanboys in the chat, so got to take care of them.
Let's see. Shamgraph Novel, Purple Oblivion.
No, you glossed over that one too. It rhymes with hunt. Get back to that.
It rhymes with font. With the ballot box.
I wonder what word she could be referencing. Probably a very commonly used word in the United Kingdom. Okay, moving on.
Let's see. Let's skip ahead to
Are you not
301.
entertained?
70 Years in Darkness, CEX.
Oh, that's
Kinda
pretty
like the
interesting
covers.
because Schmalky's like not publishing it through Scout.
Right, and then look at the next cover, and one more cover, and stop right there. Everybody, take note, because I know there's going to be a lot of people missing this one. I even talked about it on my show. You might have heard of this guy before, Bill Sienkiewicz. You know, maybe.
Yeah.
You might have heard of
Maybe
him.
just
yeah.
once.
Maybe
Like,
heard the name before. So yeah, it's 25 copy ratio incentive on a book that's through Comics Experience. CEX Publishing. So it's done through Lunar Distribution, which means the orders are going to are closing Sunday, which also means there's going to be a shit ton of people who forget and are going to miss it because they're so used to doing orders on Monday with their previews background and their inability to conform to Lunar Distribution's new business practices. And also, Lunar does not have any DC on FOC this weekend.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of people that are just going to be like, I'm not ordering shit through Lunar. And they're probably going to miss this one. So I don't know how rare it's going to be or what it's possibly going to be, but it's Bill Sinkowitz's book on a book that's probably not being ordered by a lot of people.
Word. Because I know that happens to me all the time. Like, if I don't have to go to the Lunar page and order some shit, I just don't even pay attention to like the other 7 or 8 fucking groups. I just fucking gloss over that shit.
Up and down 7 reading a signature. Yeah. I sound like a doctor too, bro. But he's right. But yes, Lucy, it is a ratio, 25 copy incentive. Bill Sinkowitz.
All right, let's see. Coming soon, very quickly. Giga Vanity Jimmy's Little Bastards, number 2.
I wonder how Jimmy's doing.
Old Dog. I've been telling people Old Dog is just ripe for a movie, but not necessarily for a TV series, but for at least a movie. What's the furthest place from here? I finally received one of the LP records.
For issue 2?
Wow.
No, it was not for issue number 2.
Yeah, issue 2 is the one. Okay, that's the one that people have been waiting on for
issue. Looks like issue number 3.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I mean, you're
issue
warmer
3.
than a lot of other people are, but yeah, there's
issue
a lot
number
of people
3.
on those
Finally got that shit.
But isn't issue 3 the first one where they did a first print and then a second press?
They did that for the first print as well, but I think they canceled all the orders or limited it to like 1 per store or something like that.
Huh.
And I think they did the same thing for issue 2, but
Allocations may occur.
yeah.
And I don't think anybody even got an issue 2 vinyl. I don't think any of them went out because I've never even seen one.
Right. Well, that was early in the run. It was heavily allocated. 1 and 2 were heavily allocated, and if you didn't get it, you just didn't freaking get it. So,
And then that was the time period of the shortage of plastics.
Oh yeah.
I still haven't listened to the first record. I have it, and I have a record player. I need to listen to it because I know Glassjaw is pretty good, and it's those writers.
Eternal Descent, bringing out some dominatrix stuff. Usher of the Dead. It looks interesting. Chicken Devil, can't trust Aftershock right now.
You couldn't trust them before either, so don't.
I do like this by Black Caravan, Phantasmagoria. Road Trip to Hell. Don't know why people are so in love with putting Hitler in their freaking books, but all right.
Well, I mean, they're in hell, so they're hoping to shove a pineapple up his ass.
Yeah, but is that why he's got that big old smile on there?
Yeah, most likely. You know.
So this is a story
what
from
movie
Little
was
Nicky.
that? What movie was the one with Hitler in hell where he's wearing a French maid outfit and has to get a pineapple shoved up his ass?
Little Nicky.
Yes. Awesome. See, right on you.
No hesitation. Knew it right off the bat.
Kung Fu Legume. Can't tell me this ain't right for some bullshit.
Oh.
So it's just turtles?
Turtles versus some type of legume, whatever the fucking legume is. It's like beans, right?
Spec BI says, "Yep, bullshit inspected."
That looks like that book ruined it for itself. They're gonna get canceled.
Is that a turd holding a sword?
Looks like it, but it's a legume.
What the fuck?
What's a legume? I don't even know what that is.
Beans.
Oh, it's beans. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So that was poop.
Double Nightfall by Vault. I mean, nobody's reading it, but at least the covers look nice.
Oh, look, there's a Jenica cover.
Yep, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 138. And then the 1 in 10 is coming soon.
Oh, that's the 1 in 10, not the Eastman?
Probably. Well, I mean, isn't the Eastman the 1 in 10?
No.
It's usually just like a B cover.
Yeah, but they always withhold the artwork because they're bastards.
Yeah, and then it's like what, 1 out of every 6 probably are pretty decent, maybe 8. 1 out of every 8 where you don't see the cover before FOC.
It's not even going to be on here, so I'm not even going to try. Fear the Ram, Maniac of New York, don't call it a comeback. First appearance of the female Maniac.
So this is the 3rd storyline.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Dark Web X-Men, Hulk. Fucking looks like, I don't know what the fuck is he punching. Maybe it's an octopus.
That's the eye for the body that he's in. He's, you know, the whole spaceship Hulk thing. He's trying to bust out the cockpit.
Okay. Aliens. Nobody's going to care about aliens until they bring out more projects other than video games.
Is that storyline better than the first one that was released through Marvel? I guess.
Well, were the ones that's going on. I haven't read the current volume. The first one I did kind of like. The second one was like, okay, it's definitely picked it up when it comes to the horror. I've not read this 3rd volume yet.
Oh, so this is a 3rd volume.
Well, it's like a second volume, right? So the first volume, it started off with one storyline about this one family and its father and his son, and the son had daddy issues and shit. And then like 3 or 4 issues in, it just went to this totally different freaking thing in a totally different area on a different fucking planet in a totally different fucking way. So they went along with that. And then the second volume was about this girl who got her parents killed by the freaking aliens. And now she's running around trying to kill all these fucking aliens by herself. So it's weird. It's good, but it's weird. Avengers Symbol. Looks like an homage. Howard the Duck demonized variant.
Yeah, someone in chat said something about this one earlier, and I remember seeing it too. And it's like, yeah, that's a Howard the Duck we all deserve, but we will never get.
That sounds about right.
It would make sense, like, because he died in the MCU already, so maybe bring him back as a result of.
No, they showed him. He was just in the Guardians of the Galaxy special.
Was he?
Oh yeah, he was.
Because when he arrived to fight Thanos, like they showed his capsule, and the capsule was like all broken down, and they had like feathers and shit in there, from what I remember. But all right.
Yeah, but he would have been brought back by everybody killed by Thanos.
I still don't know what's going on with the Spider-Man, the Lost Hunt bullshit. Then the neighbors of Spider-Man fight Peter Parker fighting that demon bear. Still can't wait for the Cocaine Bear movie to come out. That's all I care about.
February 24th.
Largest apex predator for at least the 20 minutes it lived.
Sorry to just not turn around, but there's a Hulk Anatomy variant. Any more Submariner?
Whoa, go back. Whoa, you can't gloss over that stuff that quick. Look, there's Blue Marvel, everybody.
So
I believe he's fighting the original Human Torch there?
Right. So so that's where it gets interesting, right? Because this would make a lot of appearances that I'm starting to see Blue Marvel in, which means we should probably see him in some form in the MCU pretty soon.
Man, I only hope, because that's the one character. And look, you hear me bitch about forced, pandering, like character panderization. It sucks when they try to invent something and make a fucking completely outrageous story that doesn't fit. But Blue Marvel's story fits perfectly into the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. It can be molded for any one of those decades to really make his story work as a good MCU character. But I don't think they're going to give it to him. I really don't think the Marvels are going to give it to him, man. And as much as we want to, they've already said it in the comic book how him and Spectrum broke up because he was way too old for my baby. What Photon's parents were saying.
I want to see Cocaine Bear and I want to see shirtless bear fire. That's all I want to see.
I
love
want to see
bears.
Cocaine Bear versus Demon Bear.
Mm.
Oh, that would be good.
Well, after you do cocaine bear, you got to do mushroom bear. Strum them up on mushrooms.
So
Fentanyl.
Care Bears.
Invincible Iron Man, Riri versus Tony.
Whoa! All of a sudden, Riri's back after I said something about her being shelved.
All of a sudden.
But it could just be a cover appearance only.
Yeah,
And
probably.
actually, yeah.
Let's see.
What does Slicit say? Hulkbuster, tight.
Here's a Momoko.
Nah. And I'm a Momoko fan.
That's a damn shame.
Ooh, who's doing that homage? That's the demonized David Nakayama, but the one before that, the homage to Tales from Suspense.
Let's
Is
see.
that Assad Ribic?
That is. Yep. Ribic.
Nice
Ribic
eye.
classic homage.
The eyes work every now and then.
Looks like Wasp. Wasp.
But it's a Nadia pin.
I do like those dual covers. I think this is like going to be a good set to like.
That's gonna be
Put
a tough set, I think, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of them, and like people who collect Star Wars covers are probably stupid enough to try to collect those too. I wonder who that could be. What?
Demonized Wasp.
She's got hooves.
Let's see. That one was done by Sakura. And man, this one is the 1 in 25 by Ni or Nai. Deadpool. I don't know why he's got 4 arms, but okay. And
Oh, I know why.
tentacles.
I need to catch up.
Yeah. Carnage symbiote being used on Deadpool, and he grew some Carnage arms and was slicing and dicing and making some julienne fries.
So does that tie in with the what Carnage versus Deadpool story mini story?
That's a good question that I do not have the answer to. And I am out of coffee and no water.
Let's see. X-Men. Mortal X-Men. When did he get the helmet back?
He hasn't lost it throughout the entire house. Powers, reign.
No, he did. Freaking the Russians stole it at one point.
Oh, they got that shit back.
Oh, wait, I think wasn't it
X-Force.
Deadpool and Wolverine went out and got it back or some shit?
Well, yeah, because that was the whole thing about Danger going out and, doing a whole bunch of ill shit. And then the X-Force thing where it was like chopping off Forge's head and absorbing his brain. Yeah, it was wild. This is cool because this is a good throwback. I'm loving all these homage covers, and I know how people feel about homages. Either you hate them or you love them. But this is going to be Sins of Sinister tie-in. So we're going to be looking at stuff that's going on for the Sins of Sinister. And I don't know if it's going to be reflected in these covers, but
I mean, Marvel's been doing it right though. Most of these have been very tasteful. There's very few that, where you can complain about. Like the one that comes to mind that I complain about is the Audie Granov Wolverine.
yeah, I even bought one just because.
Yeah. I mean, that's true because like someone could appreciate it years from now or whatever.
It's not bad. It's just not like it's not as good as the Frank Miller one because the Frank Miller one's iconic.
No.
Double Trouble. Looks like Rian Gonzalez. It looks like it, but I don't. Hold up. I don't think that's.
It's Rian Gonzalez doing the Scotty Young homage.
Oh yeah, it is Rian Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
Punisher. Adi.
I don't know what's worse, this run of Punisher or Frankencastle.
Tell me it wasn't the one where he turned into a black guy?
That one was actually pretty well written for the day, and that was 1990s, man. So I was young, and I was a little bit more forgiving about it. And obviously, we don't live in todayism about what we would have done today in today's standards back then. So, but come on, man, like Frankencastle. Do you remember how horrible that fucking shit was? They made him Frankenstein.
To each his own. It's better than look. It's there's always a trend, right? Either they're making everybody vampires, right, which is what DC is doing, or
Yeah.
they're making zombies, right?
Which is what DC's doing.
He's doing
Right.
yeah.
Or they're ripping everybody apart, and like switching the body parts around, which is what Marvel is doing, right? In Avengers Forever, and Sins of Sinister, right? So
Well, that's Mr. Sinister playing in the
it's playing God like Frankenstein.
you know. He cloned everybody. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
All right,
How does
second
it-
print foil. No, I'm joking.
How does Venom still have a book? Is
Because
anybody actually
Dylan's
reading that
Venom
shit?
now.
Well, isn't that who's writing that now?
Al Ewing.
Yeah, because Al Ewing and Kate switch. I don't know. I haven't been reading it.
But no, I think Al Ewing and somebody else is writing it, and they're taking turns. Each
For
issue.
story arcs and stuff like that.
I thought that's what was going on, but I haven't read it in like 7 or 8 issues now. If that's what issue is that? 15?
This is issue number 15.
I
This
have
is
not
John.
read it in 11 issues. So I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage.
So this is the John Tyler Christopher. This one is sold out in the Diamond system,
Yeah, I bet it is.
so you know. Then this is the 1 in 25 Sue variant. So
Venom 3 homage.
Uh-oh.
Klein.
Yeah, I'm more uh-ohing about the whole codex being there.
Mm.
I wonder if this is going to cause any revival on anything codex related, because you guys know that was like the big spec for Donny Cates, like that whole Venom Beyond story arc. And so there's some pretty cool books that have codex on the cover, but are they going to do anything? Does Dylan Brock's first appearance tongue variant do anything?
Well, not when Al Ewing and Donny Cates they were just too spread out, too thin, and nobody cared about what they were writing about anymore.
The secret tongue variant's still a thing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering, is it still a thing?
I saw the back issues at a con for like $5-10, and I was like, kind of like, I don't even want to pick this up. But I mean, I know back in the day when it was like super hyped and stuff like that, I used it in the trade to get my Spider-Man 1 Chromium.
Because first Dylan cameo, and then issue 9 for the first full Dylan. Everybody tries to go for 9, but it came out 2 months later. That's my argument.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at that. And then look at that. Mateus Manhanini again. And Tosin, everybody.
I thought it was pronounced Tosan. Now Shoki.
Well, depending on his mainstream Marvel Cinematic Universe variant or the comic book variant. Hey now. Where's Remo? Can you show him?
Real Wolf. Some Lotte.
God, she's so good.
What title is this for?
Barbaric.
Okay.
And then let's go to 5112. Tim Seeley's Lucky by Kingspot.
Where is that tail stuck?
Probably saw Adam at the AVN, huh?
Highly likely. We got somebody in chat saying there's a first appearance in Wakanda 4, but is it a good first appearance? Not just a first appearance.
Armageddon game number 4.
Isn't that a homage to like Daredevil, right?
Looks like it. Let's see. I Hate Fairyland. And there's the Momoko.
It's pretty decent. Is that an incentive?
No.
For the
I don't think.
Momoko?
Let's see. Standby. What was that? That was Fairyland.
Yeah.
No, it was just an open order.
Okay.
Dune, House of Harnikin. It's got some interesting covers that nobody gives a fuck about.
And you know what? Nobody gives a fuck because this is just one of those crazy books. It's got a cult following for the property that it is, that has real actual books that are like super adored. The first movie, I guess the one with Patrick Stewart. I don't really see many people talking about it, even though it should be the most talked about sci-fi epic ever. Because the way Dune's story plays out, like if you know the story arc, it's fucking wild, and it's the future of humanity. It's probably one of the best sci-fi things that have been brought to us, and it was written in like the 1930s, I think, originally. So it's an older story, but
Yeah, because like the book is like 600 pages or something like that.
something like that, and I think there's multiple books. So there's different. It follows like the whole lineage of the one family. So I love this property. The new Dune movie was a phenomenal thing to watch, and they I think are more closely adapting the books into the new HBO movies that they're doing. The sequel's been greenlit, but all these books are going to tie in, and I think these are tied into the universe that we're seeing on HBO, which is going to make some of these a little bit desirable. Going to fill in some gaps in some story. I know that Jason Momoa's character had a story in a previous volume, but I think this is like the third or fourth volume of Dune books. And yes, the story inspired Star Wars. So, hey now,
Strange world.
how you doing?
Aliens. Eve, Children of the Moon.
Teddy Ruxpin better chill the fuck out.
Choking other teddies out and shit. Fuck. Power Rangers. Vampire Slayer. House of Slaughter.
I thought the vampire stuff would be over by now at this point, but I guess
No, this is a new volume from Boom. This one is separate from Joss Whedon.
No, I just meant in general, like people putting out books for vampires. Like I figured they would do the next phase of whatever they're going to do next.
I don't know.
Or the next cycle, I should say.
It's going to be tough. I don't know where they're going to get their content from. You know, freaking if WB is going to start cutting down on their stuff. What is I don't know what WB or what's the name of that fucking channel called where they got all the teen stuff that's from WB, like Vampire Buffy and all that other stuff.
CW.
Yeah, I don't know what CW is going to do.
Oh, I guess couldn't they sell the IPs if they're not going to use them or whatever? Technically,
well, no, they don't own the IPs.
Oh, okay.
They buy the IPs, and CW came right out and said they're not buying that many IPs. They're cutting back going forward, which is why WB stopped it, and they hired the guy I talked about, Berlanti, to do other stuff. So got this one guy with one arm or one hand with a knife.
Manhanini. Sorry, what?
It's a new story arc. So it's like every 5 issues they do something new.
Hey, just as long as I don't have to see two guys getting ready to fuck each other on the covers, I'm good.
Yeah, so start at issue 6 if you want to skip all that.
Thanks to Aaron Yee for reading through all that, so I don't have to.
You're welcome. I'm just I've always been a fan of the Something Is Killing the Children stuff. So I just like
thought it would translate.
Well, no, I just like to see to learn more about that universe was what it really is for me. Like, because that to me that story arc is like, or the whole is like world building, right, of how they got to the point of something is killing children.
Right. Wasp, Darterman,
Yeah, buddy. Another one of those sets.
Mighty Thor, Barillo, World Dog, God is Dead. And I don't know why he put this shit out there like that. There is a Plague of the Living Dead. I need to get me a copy. Don't know when this shit was allowed. Crossed out there beheading people in the bathroom.
Cross is some serious fucked up shit.
Escape of the Living Dead. Let's see. Is there
Death by
anything
Snoo
else? And then let's go to 624. Star Wars Yoda. Star Wars 1 Revelations. Looks like there's a second print of number 14. This one is the one at 25. There's a book called Sugar and Other Stories. Trojan. AWA
Decal.
204. Yes, sir. Decal.
I still need
And
to read issue
Coytel.
1 on that.
So these two are absolute fire. Did Decal did issue 1?
He did issue 1. Or he did a cover for issue 1. I don't know if it was the A cover or the B cover, but he did one of the open to order variants.
Yeah.
So I would assume it's like kind of like Chariot Hit Me, where Decal will do a cover for however long this like mini story arc goes for.
Well, if it's an AWA book, it's either 4 to 6 issues most likely, and they usually do have the same cover artist on the A cover through the series.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But Coytel, man, phew, between this and that static from last week, man. Whew.
Joe 47 says that Trojan number 2 looks like she's too young.
Well, she's paper. So there's that.
So don't get paper cuts.
Jesus.
That's so
All right, that is the end. So we had pretty good news. We had a Matrix down and dirty. Go fuck yourselves.
that wasn't a Matrix. That was me getting agitated by people calling me a liar. And then they go, I didn't call you a liar. I'm like, but yes, you did. When I told you that I lived this and you tell me that I didn't.
They kept on poking the bear, and you don't poke the bear. So
God, eventually the bear fucking scratches your face off. And then you can't run and say, oh, the bear scratched my face off because I poked it too many times.
Look, it's very simple. A lot of the bullshit that we're going through in the industry could be knocked away and washed away if we just use relevant
Google.
sources.
I mean, come on, dude. All you had to do is fucking Google the words Howard the Duck #1 second print, and the 2 previews fucking come up. You can click on the link and see the page. It's still live with the code and everything. So yeah.
it'll show the FOC date. It'll show the street date.
Well,
as
I
well.
even went even further, and we pulled the diamond system that verified
Right.
it was a 1-to-1 variant, and trying to explain that to people. But sometimes you just can't fix stupid.
Sometimes it's just screaming out of the wall, right?
All right. Well,
you don't poke Cocaine Bear.
You wait for the come down.
Yeah,
It's probably even the worst part.
you better hope to God he had a heart explosion, otherwise he's gonna kill you.
so definitely pay attention to and make sure you subscribe to Ultramaximus channel in case he decides that he wants to do it again. A little bit cleaner, or put it out on the show. Make sure you go ahead, hit like and subscribe.
A lot cleaner if I do it again.
And probably less irritated too, where you can
Oh,
calmly
yeah,
explain.
where I would drop at least 50 or 55 one-liners that would be repeated into existence.
Yeah, but you could use that as a short for your channel. That would probably make it short,
Right.
like 5-minute video.
And if you do want to go over there and custom out, make sure you actually drop some money in there. Otherwise, you deserve to be blocked. I mean, if you want to holler at me, you got to pay me to holler at me. You're my fucking boss, motherfuckers. Throw 50 cents or $1 at me. You can holler at me all you want. Aaron, man, freaking Easy. You got anything going on this week?
let's see. I will probably be on Beyond Wednesday tomorrow night for Modern Comic Mayhem, and then I have something scheduled on Whatnot for Sunday, but I've been finding that I've been selling a lot more on just eBay, so I might just like keep doing that instead.
Are you doing lives on eBay?
No, because they're still working out. They're still doing that where they're featuring like certain sellers and all that, and then all it does is you click a button and it goes to your store. So, which is kind of like, what's the point?
Yeah. So,
I mean, like,
sounds like selling shit with a bunch of extra steps.
Yeah, exactly. But then, like, Team Nerd Herd joined the Nearing Nirvana team. So now there's 6 days a week. There's content on Nearing Nirvana. So that's always a lot of fun. And then you'll catch me on Thursdays there.
All right. Great, man. Freaking. So make sure you pay attention to the comic book community, the ones that matter, and use actual relevant sources, please. Save your money if you want to. If you want to get some good books, there are still a lot of good discounts. Myself, you can find me in my bed, half drunk, half asleep. If you guys need anything from FOC, make sure you do hit me up at Shelton's Greens and Cornbread on Instagram so I can get you in the pull box. If you already have a pull box account, go ahead and order them right now. So I can get those orders into you by Sunday night or Monday morning. And the rest of you guys already know what to do. But yeah, you guys, please stay safe. Please stay smart. Don't let these freaking jackasses get to you. And let's just have fun because these are just freaking animal books, man. Freaking cartoon books, man. Freaking have fun. Out.